What's up, people, my people, my people, my people, my people, my beautiful people? Yeah, it's another week with another episode of the ART BLOC coming at you very, very soon in just a few more minutes here. So settle in, get your comfiest chair, get your bestest snack, and make sure you're sharing out the stream. Retweet it, share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, whatever social media platform you're on. Make sure you're posting this and letting people know. Let your friends know, let your grandma know. Because we're going to be live tonight with Dr. Calyn. That's right, she's a doctor. And she's going to cure you of your sanity. Shout outs to the best mods in the game. Boomaye is back and Coco Queenie. I'm excited to be back. Got a little recap of the weekend, Labor Day weekend for y'all. Then we're going to jump right into the interview with Dr. Calyn and make some really incredibly weird art. We're streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, so join the conversation wherever you see fit. Twitch be popping, YouTube be popping. It's going to be a dope night. We're merely 60 seconds away from amazingness tonight. The ART BLOC is going to be here to comfort you in this time of heat or wetness, depending on where you are. Because on one coast, it's mad hot, and the other coast is just mad wet from the rain. So, we got you. If you are ready for tonight, if you think your weather is weird or just right, if you think that we're all going to turn into machines at some point in life, spam those emotes in the chat. I want to see emote spam. I want to see that hype. I want to see that hype in the chat. Spam those emotes. It could be my emotes, it could be your friends' emotes, it could be whoever emotes. Just go crazy. I promise you'll be okay. Look at those Doritos. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Hold on. Let me do that again. Hold on. Let me do that again. Little faux pas. Little faux pas. I ain't checked the thing. And yeah, it happens sometimes. But what's good? And welcome home. Friends, frenemies, and everybody in between. It's me, your guy, all the way from Bed-Stuy, Habo. How's it sound right now? How does everything sound? I just want to make sure before I keep talking. I'm going to keep talking anyway, but yes, we're just coming off Labor Day weekend for those who celebrated and those who participated and it was pretty cool. It's pretty chill, at least over here in New York, at least over here in Brooklyn. Tonight is episode 3, Trace, of the Art Block, a podcast, not so much podcast, where Black artists get to come and chill and hang out and draw weird things while they're chatting. And tonight's special guest is the one, the only, and the amazing Dr. Calyn, and we'll be seeing her in a few moments. But first, let me just say hi to everybody. What's good, Rune? What's good, Boomaye, Coco? Awkward Cat, welcome back. James on YouTube, what's good, man? Good to see you. Who else is there? I'm missing somebody. I feel like I missed somebody. Yeah. Our very first guest, still around Art, aka possibly an alien, is also lurking in the chat. Thank you for coming through. She's always coming through. See, it's so cool that the progenitor of the series is always around. You know what I'm saying? Yo, watch. I got some plans, man. I ain't gonna tell you right now, but it's an art show. Yeah, it is. It's literally an art show on the internet. It's a web show. Yes, it's an art show. That is correct. But anyway, how are you guys' Labor Day weekend? Let me tell you about mine, okay? So this is the first time in about 2 years, nearly 3. Excuse me. First time in nearly 3 since we've had the Labor Day parade, aka the West Indian Day parade. It's been going on ever since I was a child. This is something that is huge, and it's a big moment for the entirety of Brooklyn, whether you're from Crown Heights, Bushwick, Bed-Stuy, wherever. Everybody comes to the Parkway. You know what I'm saying? Eastern Parkway. So I haven't been. The last time I went was probably when I was like 22. Like, I've only gone like actively once. I've always been around it. I've always passed through it. But this is my second time ever like being in it and walking around and, you know, participating. So anyway, what is the West Indian Day Parade? Essentially, it's a celebration of all the Caribbean culture that's here in Brooklyn. So from Jamaica to Belize to Barbados to Trinidad to Haiti, all over. It's a massive thing that they prepare for the entire year. You got people in costume. You've got a lot of music. You got floats, food vendors, people that sell items, flags, clothing, etc., etc. It's a massive thing. It's a big thing. Like, if you live here, you know about it. Even if you just got here a year ago, you're gonna know about the West Indian Day Parade. So I went with my homegirl, Fro Girl, who you may know from episode 2, and I'm sure you've seen her around the streams every now and again. So I went with her and a couple of her cousins, and it was a really good time. We got there around, I think it was like 2 or 3, and I believe it started in the morning. So we were already like midway through the floats and the parade and everything, and there had to be at least like a couple thousand people. Like, dead ass. There had to be at least a couple thousand people. Here's some photos actually of me and Fro. That's actually us in front of the Belize house where all the Belizean folks were gathering, because she's from Belize, so we had to go, you know, say hello to everybody from over there. Here's another shot of us walking down the street. But yeah, we was vibing. We was very vibey. I had my Dr. Robotnik shades on. I like those little round shades, man. I don't know, they're like funny, but they're also like, I don't know. I like them. Anyway, we're like maybe 15, 20 minutes in. We're walking around. There's about 4 of us, or 5 of us actually. And I think we were waiting for food. One of her cousins got hungry, and I think we were waiting for food at that time, or it might have been something else. And all of a sudden, I see in the corner of my eye somebody running, and then we all turned around and everybody was running. So we started running. You know that old adage on the internet, bro, like, if you see black people running, we all running. If a black person see another black person running, we all running. So everybody started running because we thought that somebody was popping off. Like, this is a weird thing to say, but it's almost like a morbid tradition in a sense, because all my life growing up, every year, every year it's always like somebody, getting shot or stabbed or somebody doing something violent, right? Somebody dies every year. This year didn't happen, but somebody did something and it like set off a chain reaction and it was a false alarm. So we all ran. It was mad people running. I lost track of Fro and her cousin, so I was separated from them. Apparently they walked into like this guy's building. He opened up his building door and everybody ran inside there. I ran down the street. And because there are so many cell phones in the area, so many devices, service was bad. So we were trying to like text and call each other and stuff was just bouncing back. And eventually I did walk back to where we were and they were still there waiting. But it was mad funny though, because Fro jumped over a whole bench and just like was gone. It was mad funny. Then Spice was there, one of the, if you're West Indian, if you're Caribbean, or you're into like dancehall, soca, Spice is a very prominent musician in that industry and in that culture. So she popped up and everybody went crazy. I don't know if there's any other special guests because we got there like midway through, but seeing her was pretty dope. There was a lot of good food. And we bumped into a handful of people. I bumped into some people. I bumped into a friend from high school. It was nice. It rained a few times, but it was nice. It was like a refreshing rain. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was hot. So the rain was nice. We took a bunch of photos. We were just chatting around and like we were people watching and seeing everybody dance and go crazy and all this stuff. And then we eventually went home and it was nice. It was a nice Labor Day weekend. So if you're ever in New York or ever wanted to come up here, I would say one of the coolest things to do would be to go to the West Indian Day Parade. It was also kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. It was also kind of funny seeing white people there and seeing black people with their white partners there. And we were all like joking about it. And then there were like some drunk white girls trying to dance. It was just funny. It was funny. But yeah. I had a blast. It was just great to be outside because I told y'all, like, I became a little bit of a recluse over the last 2 years because of the pandemic. So it was great to like finally be out and do something and be around people, be around, the culture and just, sweating. Just sweating. I'm gonna read some of these comments here and then we're gonna transition. Arthur, I have a plan. Yeah, that's right. Always got a plan. Should be on Netflix. Oh, the Art Block? Yeah, actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. It being picked up by a network. I've been there once too. To the parade, nice. Stylish with humor. Run and ask questions late. Exactly, legit. Boy Wonder, thank you for the lurk. Did parkour. She dead ass did parkour. She literally like leapt. I thought she turned into Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed, bro. She jumped over that thing. Glad y'all had fun. Sounds like a good ass day. It was. It really was. But yeah, that was my weekend, or just part of it. I don't want to get too deep into it because we got something cool happening tonight. We got somebody here with us tonight, and we're gonna talk to her in just like literally a few seconds. So I hope you're ready, and if you are ready, I need you to do two things for me. While you're sitting here watching this, I need you to share this out. Share this stream out. Retweet it on Twitter. Share it on Instagram. Share it wherever. Post me on your stories. We need to get as many eyes in here as possible because we're going to be in the presence of the great Dr. Calyn. Very, 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 very soon. Second thing I need y'all to do is spam the emote love. She needs to see the love from you in the chat. We need to see mad emotes just going crazy right now. Just go crazy with the emotes. I want to see them all. Mine, his, hers, yours, they, them, all of them. All of them. Just go crazy, man. Just go crazy. There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Coco. Yes. I keep forgetting I have that one. I really do keep forgetting I have that spinning one. Thank you, Boomaye, with the Hotep. With the wish I was there. Sounds like a fun time. Yeah, it was. It really was. The sausage, the loose sausage. Yes. Thanks, Doc. On YouTube. Yes. Looks good. Looking fantastic. So let us bring on our special guest right now. Also, to make sure that all my sound is perfect. All right. Let me see if she's ready and on cam. All right, she is. All right,
Hey.
let's go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Well. It is time. We got a frog hat. We got some cool shades. I got a do-rag on with do-rag activity. We're here with the one and only Dr. Calyn. What's good? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
I'm doing really well. Also, let me get some. I'm gonna put on the applause for you real quick. Hold on, I forgot to do that. You can't hear it, but they could.
I imagined it in my head. I was like, okay.
Yeah. We're in front of a
You
live
hear
studio audience like Steve Harvey. We are
Yeah.
both Steve Harvey now.
This was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Wait a minute, hold up. Who are you, and how did you get in my computer?
I'm a virus. I hate to say it, but I'm more of a benign one. So I just kind of hang out on the computer. Every once in a while, I show up.
Okay, I like that. A benign
Yeah.
virus that just hangs out. So you're just a
Yeah,
regular
it
computer
just is
program.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, but like one that you didn't install, that you don't want, you can't get rid of, and
Oh,
it's like takes up 1 gig.
like that U2 album from back in the day on everybody's iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. Where you're like, I didn't ask for this,
Right.
but
So
it's there.
once again, welcome. Tell the folks who you are and what you do.
All right, so everybody, Havville citizens, thanks for having me. My name is Dr. Calyn, and I make comics. Yeah, it's about as simple as that. I've been making same character, Dill, since I was 6 years old. And from that, I grew into this Dilliverse. So here is a little Mondrian of him.
Mm.
You get an idea of Dill's personality. And he's this kid that always kind of gets in trouble for like the strangest things, like starting revolutions in schools and trying to make plans to like overthrow governments, but it always goes wrong. All because he got a 0 out of 20 in math. He tries. He tries. He fails, but he tries again.
I
He
feel
just
him.
likes doing that.
I'm not good at
Yeah.
math, so
Yeah,
I get it.
it's hard. The way they teach it isn't good, and he doesn't like if he doesn't like the way a structure is, he'll try to overthrow it. But he's only 10, so he doesn't have the vocabulary to be like, I know why I don't like it. Instead, he's like, no, we're just gonna hack the system, and yeah, we're all gonna cheat at once, and I'll figure out how to do that. And then inevitably, things go awry.
He's a
Insanity
natural born
ensues.
leader.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look at
But
that.
every leader has its issues, so he's learning.
Yeah. So I will get into Dill in a few moments because that's really exciting, and I want to know, and I'm sure everybody else wants to know all about the Dilliverse, but we want to learn about you first. So I have a few questions that I feel like we all are very interested because you are a Parisian artist. So what was it like growing up in Paris as a Black person?
Oh, my parents are American, so the way I grew up is like my dad's from Chicago and my mom's from Philly, right?
Hmm.
So we grew up in an American household, but we grew up in the city, like with all the other kids in our area. And the way Paris is I think there's like a lot of misconceptions as to how like the city is structured and everything like that. It's like, just from movies and things. The same way people view New York, they think of like, oh, it's like in Spider-Man. And it's like, no, you don't see the Eiffel Tower everywhere you go or whatever. So we grew up like playing on the street a lot and things like that. Like it was almost like a 70s like kind of childhood that we had. So
What do you mean by that
with like,
70s childhood? Because I
well,
wasn't
in the
born in the
sense that like
70s.
we could like I mean, then again, I visited. But apart from that, it's more like, that's around when my parents were kids. So like their idea of, it's like go if you're not drawing, go outside to just do anything. And so the amount of like near death experiences that we've had, it just like that's how you test if kids can stay alive, is you just tell them to just leave.
They just want
Just
your
get
ass
out.
out the house. Just get out and do
Yeah,
something.
just get out. Yeah, but that's like also a city kid thing, I feel like, because it's like the reason I say I feel like there's kind of a misconception with like Paris and stuff like that is because it's like most cities, the kids are the same. Like kids are the same in most cities. So yeah, I'd say we grew up with our just like knowing that our parents had kind of made a firm decision to stay in a place when all their friends were telling them like, no, you should move back, or they were moving back, or they were like, it's too hard to raise your kids here, because this is in the 90s. In the 90s, it was really difficult. It still is now, but it was even harder then. And everyone was telling them that they were wrong. And then Donald Trump got elected.
Oh, we just time jumped, y'all. We were from the 90s to a couple of years ago.
Well, I mean, it's after that point that they were like, yeah, so you got any space in your house? Like, got any extra rooms, like, for a 4-year, 8-year period?
We just want to shack up real quick. We'll be out soon.
Yeah. It was the same, at the same time, it was like a lot of people were saying it's not a good idea. And then, things happen on Earth. It's not perfect there either, but it's just, that's particularly bad.
Yeah. So to dispel any misconceptions right now, you did not live inside the Eiffel Tower.
No.
Okay.
Popular,
because that's been a rumor for a long time that you have been.
Yeah, popular, ideas are that I lived on like the tip part, like that, just standing there, but I did not.
Okay.
I hate to say it.
Okay.
I'm here to confess.
We were so, huh?
I'm here to confess.
Yeah, please confess everything. Confess all your sins. I am Father Hab. I don't have my usual garb on right now, but it's okay.
Oh my gosh, can I be Cardinal, please?
Yeah, no, you in it. We all. I'm the Pope now, and then
Papa Hab and Cardinal Calyn.
So wait, so you said y'all ran in the streets. What was y'all doing? Y'all was just running around going "Sacre bleu," like.
No, we would do like things like just like find stuff. I mean, like I remember we had like one skateboard, right? And we would do this thing that all kids do. Like I think every kid has done this with either a shopping cart or whatever. But we would find like a cardboard box and we'd stick one of us in it and close the box.
Oh my god!
And like seal it and then push the other one on the skateboard. The thing is, the street we lived on had like a mega roundabout.
Okay.
So it was like in super oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
We're not looking. We're like, let's see how far we can push it, and it always stop on the edge. Like the edge of the traffic.
Y'all are wild.
Like also we just like it teaches you like how to navigate people.
Yes.
There would be like random instances. I remember how do I say this? It's gonna sound like vaguely controversial, like, but we're in a confessional, so whatever.
Yes.
But there was once this Muslim woman that like asked us to come around the corner. There was a group of us. She's like, "Hey, kids."
But she just came out of nowhere and just like, yo.
She was like walking in the street. She was like, come here just 2 seconds. I gotta ask you for a favor. And she shows us money. And so we're like, well, I mean, normally you don't talk to strangers, but
that was money.
Yes,
that was Parisian money.
Yeah, euros. Just like a couple euros. And she's like, yeah. Could you go over to the butcher's that was across the street? She's like, I need you to get me some pork sausages. To this day, I have no idea why she needed
them. She was sneaking out the house eating pork. Oh my god!
But they weren't cooked.
You ate it and abetted in a crime.
Yeah, and they weren't cooked. So I was like, is she poisoning her husband? Like that's the only thing that I can think of. Was like, oh my god, she fed him pork.
No, you know what she did? She probably had like a grill in the backyard somewhere, like a secret grill. Just grilling them joints. She never invited y'all over? Y'all did all that work, she didn't invite y'all over?
No, but she gave us the rest of the money. She was like, "You can keep the change." That's the only reason we went and did it for her.
Not y'all
Because
walking
then we
around.
never saw her again.
Wait, that only happened one time?
That instance, like I never saw that lady again.
That's crazy. She had y'all. How old were you?
I don't know. God, must have been about like maybe I was 10 or something.
A 10-year-old
like
walking
my
around with loose sausage.
It's like, yeah, no, it sounds like it's like, wait, this sounds like I shouldn't be saying it, but it did happen.
It's confessional, so it's fine. You're
Yeah,
safe here.
it's just like that's not the worst. It's just like just random stuff like that. You know, it's gonna happen. You know, so
what was
fun.
Did you go to like private school over there? Like, what was school like?
So I have two brothers. One is like we're 2 years apart, and the other one is we're like 9 years apart. So we all wound up going to like sometimes the same school, sometimes different schools. You know, like sibling stuff. And I was in Catholic, so it was private at first, like at very first, and pulled out of that because my mom brought like peanut butter to the spread session, and that was like a controversy. And
wait, You're not gonna brush over that. Your mom brought peanut butter, and the Pope was like, "Nah, you can't do that. We don't eat peanut butter." It was
like they had like a spread session. This is why I like stress it's the 90s because even though there's like
France,
nonsense,
everyone.
Even though there's like nonsense now, it's like this was like the internet was not a thing. So there's like not as much communication with the outer world. So it's like people are like, yeah, you know, you bring in like jelly or Nutella or whatever. But not like peanut butter was also like really hard to get, like Skippy and stuff. You had to go to like specific store, you know, all that kind of stuff. But we just, you know, we had it because my parents that's what they eat. And so my mom, she brings like peanut butter. It's like a big deal. And then like a couple other like, you know, racist things happen. And then, you know, she was just like, you know what, never mind. You're not going to school yet. And then I was in like a different, like, sort of international school where everybody was from like Egypt, Australia, you know, China, and it was like a little school. It was really small too, and it was really fun. And then I went to Catholic school, and that was private. I went to applied arts, that was public.
Wait, you went to Catholic school again, a second time?
Again, yeah. Okay. Yeah, for like 6 years, and then I was in public school after that for high school.
So there was no peanut butter controversy for that one.
No, that was just straight up so many things. I like actually imagine... no. By that time, I figured out how to monetize like Rice Krispie treats. So I didn't. Yeah.
But I'm just imagining like if they were in a small network, they're like, "Hey, that girl, she brought peanut butter. Hey, if she wants to apply to your school, she can't come there."
It was like, luckily, no, they don't have the like little like cups with the little string and listening in on each other's like business. But like, oh my gosh, no.
They were like, "Mon Dieu, the peanut butter."
I know. No, I did like introduce peanut butter in the new school though. Yeah. They didn't eat it, obviously.
Yeah.
But the kids were like, we were older by then, so it was more like between us, you know. And I was like, I can also sell y'all some Rice Krispie treats if you want.
Oh, you was out there hustling. You was like, snap, crackle, pop. Let's go.
Yes. Let's give him the tagline.
So you did touch on something I wanted to ask you. So obviously, there's no place on the planet where we don't, you know, suffer from stereotype and racism and prejudice. So how was that growing up, and with the schooling, and were your parents also affected by it?
Oh yeah, so it's actually I feel like it's like a complicated subject. Like I could like say on like the surface level, you know, it's like yeah, there's definitely you know, racism everywhere. And it's a huge problem in France because most European countries will be like, racism doesn't exist, so therefore you can't really talk about it. But on the other hand, there's something that people don't really talk about a lot, which is that nationality privilege is a huge thing. So I have it here, and I have it in France.
Can you touch on that a little bit more about the nationality?
Like, for example, privilege? It's like I'm just going to use the basic example of like taking a plane is the most obvious thing, for example. Because they're going to see my passport. I get treated differently than, say, somebody who's from like West Africa, obviously, with their passport. That's normal, like in the sense that not like it's normal as in it should be, but it's normal as in like this is not like something unusual. American privilege outside of America is a huge thing because there's a lot of times where like you can get out of situations because if you tell them that you're American, they don't want this to be like a thing in the news where it's like an American was blah blah blah. Like it looks bad for the country because Americans are considered like a higher class of citizens. Then also there's the fact that there's like in a lot of places. It's like the same way they'll more likely abduct an American than like, somebody else.
Okay.
It's
that's
like
good to know.
Yeah. because it's the news factor.
Yeah.
You're gonna get more press.
So basically what you're saying is when I go to France, when I go to Paris and visit, I should put on an accent. Like I should be like a German diplomat because they're not going to capture a German diplomat.
Actually, the funny thing is, French people like they have there's like it's both a good and a bad thing. Okay, so that's why I'm saying like I'm trying to like explain both parts here. Where it's like on one hand, it's definitely a fetishization of Black Americans. There's definitely that. On the other hand, there's an appreciation that America just doesn't have for its own people. So it's like you got those two things that don't quite make sense, but they're together. It's like, they'll be like, oh, they'll like you. Because they'll be like, you're Black American. So they'll like you for like a combination of because it's people are thinking more in like ethnicity and stuff than just like, oh, you're just Black, blah blah blah. They're like, you're Black American specifically. This person is from here, blah blah. So it's just like a different way of like talking about it. But they'll be like, oh, I've seen you on TV. You know what I mean? Or like, oh yeah. Like older people would be like, oh, you might remind me of a great jazz musician or whatever. It'll be things like that.
That's mad specific. Did that happen to you?
No, that happened to my brother.
You look like a jazz musician.
Yeah, it's like you remind me of a great jazz musician.
Oh my!
It's like okay, but on one hand, it's like it's definitely some like fetishization going on, but on the other hand, it's like in America, you're not appreciated for anything. You're like expected to entertain. You're expected to do these things. In France, it's more like, oh my God, you came to visit us? That's pretty cool. It's like, it doesn't, like, that's what I'm saying. It's both, there's like the good and the bad to it.
Yeah. So when
it's like a complicated thing.
What age did you move back?
Here?
To
America,
yeah.
I mean, I never moved like back because I was just like born in France and everything.
But yeah, sorry,
I moved here. I was 22.
Okay.
In 2015. So.
Okay. So was it like, because obviously your parents are American and they obviously still have American ideals and they are tapped into American culture. Even though that was a thing, was there still a bit of a culture shock when you got here and you're like, oh, snap.
No, there's a major culture shock because the thing is, it's like when your parents are from like one place, you know how you like grow up in that weird bubble of your parents' culture, even though it's part of a larger one. It's like you still get what they like, the stuff they consume. So, it's like my dad's from like Southside Chicago, my mom's from Philly and stuff. So I was getting like stuff from them. So I was like, my idea of the US was like NWA and P-Funk. So it was like, oh yeah, there's no seatbelts in the car seat. Twinkies are actually really good. Like there's just like random like little details like that where I was like, didn't everybody eat Hush Puppies? How come nobody knows what that is? When I asked my roommates, and it's like because they're all Filipino, dude. And it's right. Like, it's just a lot of like details that it's like, yeah, that was specific to their experience. So then it became specific to your experience. So then when you go to the general, like, it go and they are part of the general culture, then you're like, what the? Where's all this? That's the
Right.
Candyland board different. It's like the
The
small
Candyland
thing.
board.
Yeah, that bothered me. I was like, why is the licorice man so weird? And
Yo.
it's like because we had the old board, and I didn't like. It never occurred to me that it was like, yeah, time passes.
Right. So do you feel
Also,
like
that yeah, you're a New Yorker, so like because my parents used to live in New York, and they didn't meet here, so it was like on their individual paths of life or whatever.
mm-hmm.
The way they talked to me about New York, I expected way more Black people than when I got here. Like way more. That was a surprise.
Right. Yeah, so do you feel that you've gotten over that culture shock by now, or do you feel like you're still kind of adjusting and learning as you go along?
um, I think what it is it's more like I've accepted that I'm like a citizen of nowhere because no matter where I
Oh, you
go,
mean where the place where Courage and Muriel live?
yeah, pretty much,
Okay, I like that
which is
place.
not that bad. At least it's interesting.
Yeah, they got a lot of monsters.
It's a little stressful. And like it's fun. I honestly, it's like there's it's just like one of those things where you realize like okay, so home is pretty much what you make of it at that point. I don't see it as like a specific place that much anymore, even though I refer to like France as home because that's just where I was born and raised and stuff. But really, like what home is just like okay, wherever my family, wherever we're together, and the like friendships out, like that stuff is home. Like home is more like kind of what you create. It's not so much a country for me, at least. Is that the shock is like it's like that. You know how you get like shell shocked? You have the aftermath.
I've never been
It's more
shell
like
shocked. I'm sorry.
oh,
I've never
I
been in
just
war.
assumed. Of course, you would know.
I may be a
But no.
Catholic pope, but I haven't touched the war.
Oh man,
Yeah.
did them at least. That's like the minimum. Yeah, no, it's more like the aftermath of that of like actually realizing that like oh this place I thought was like magical and full of like whatever it is that I had imagined in my head that would like fix all my problems, if only I went there,
hmm
and is not in the sense that it's like oh okay I'll be like the Americans, that's where I'm supposed to be, and then it turns out that it's like oh actually I understand nothing except the language, and then you go back to France and it's like, wow, you've been in America for a long time. You must have just switched. It's
Right,
like,
right.
okay, so where do I go?
Yeah, no, I feel that because I think having all these variables can put you in a space of not necessarily feeling like you don't belong, but definitely feeling as if there's oversaturation of different things from different corners of your life, your upbringing, where you plan to see yourself, the people that you try to hang out with. So I definitely understand that for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Now let's switch over from the Parisian talk to some art talk. Did you always see yourself as a cartoonist growing up, or was that something you aspired to be a little later on as you got older?
It's such a like funny question because the answer is so serious where it's like yes because me and my brother like I say 2 years but we're like 21 months apart but we were raised like twins.
hmm
um and when the Cassis like came along like he was included too but like for a while it was just me and Kane, my brother, who graduated from Cal Arts, and so he does animation. And when we were kids, we used to like cut out like Dill because I invented when I was young. we would like cut out Dill and like play with it and like make movies and stuff. But we were really serious about it. We were like, this movie is coming out, and I remember one date specifically, 2012. Don't know why. I think it's because in like year 2000, 2012 was like, whoa, that's like 12 whole years. It's like, so we were like, yeah, that sounds about right, you know, like that's fair enough as a date, you know. And we would like do the end credits and everything. And so when I was drawing Dill, I was like, oh yeah, there's definitely gonna be comics, movies, action figures, animations. And it was just not even a question to me. I was like, this is what we're doing currently now. I was like, yeah, I'm already a comic artist, already a filmmaker. Because we took it so seriously. That was like our lives when we were kids.
So did you drive your parents crazy? Did they support you, or was it just like?
Well, they're both creative, so for them it was. I think it was like almost like we saw like how much they worked, and then just assumed that that was life, like in the sense of like they, you know, working on like creative things is what you do. And I think it's like we just got really lucky in that sense to be able to watch them be like, not really be okay with giving up or anything like that. Just being like, no, that's just totally a viable way to like live, even though it's difficult. We're like, nah, we're just gonna keep trying and trying and trying again. And so seeing that was more like, oh, okay, I guess that's the default way to live. Just keep trying. Like they weren't afraid of failure, so I was just like, well, you neither, I guess, kid.
Can you touch on that difficulty aspect and talk about maybe some of the trials and tribulations you've had so far?
So for like me personally, or like more like family, or
You personally, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So wow, I feel like when I think of that, I'm like, oof, it's been a long life. I went through so many different phases. I was in programming school at some point.
You was trying to be a hacker?
Well, I mean, I was just like, I don't know. The thing is, I generally, if I'm like, I want to do something, I try it, right? And if it works, it works. But I just happened to get in the school. I didn't plan on getting into it. So I was like, oh, well, might as well go. And it was free. So, and this is back in France, so I didn't even have to like move anywhere. Right. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go. And then I wound up doing more like comics for them and stuff, and then wound up working for them. And then the pay just was non-existent almost, and I left. And that's how like I spent like a year just working on my comics, and then I was like, I gotta leave here. What's the furthest place away? Oh, look, there's a place called Pratt. I like it. Let me apply. Oh, oops, I got in. Now I have to go. And so it's like kind of like that's been life. It's been like, oh, let me try this. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, fine. I'll try this other thing. Oh, oops, it worked. Oh, no, I hate it, but whatever. I'm doing it anyway. And it's just been these like constant, I guess, ups and downs. I'd say like the biggest, both difficulty, but also what kind of propels the ups too, of like, hey, let's try this thing, it might work, like Pratt did work out, is like it's just the mental aspect of it. So I mean, I'm pretty open about the fact that I deal with like mental health issues and things like that, which are not limited to, you know, just anxiety and depression and things. And I just want, you know, generally, I think a lot of people think that there's just like two types of mental illnesses. Like, no, there's a variety to choose from. You'll be pleasantly surprised. It's like, yeah. So it can make things difficult out of nowhere. So that's always been like, oh, that if there's an obstacle, that's like a lot of times that's the one. But then if you can wait it out, like you can come out of it. So it's like both an like trial and a tribulation at the same time. Like, you're just kind of like, oh, okay, if I can get through this, and there's this other thing on the other side that's pretty good.
Right.
So, yeah.
Do you think that, because I can't speak for the rest of the world, but I feel like in the general sense of things in our society, do you think that if we respected artists a lot more and gave them the resources openly, do you think that all of us wouldn't have that kind of struggle?
I think it would make things a lot easier. Like, honestly, I don't think it would necessarily erase like pre-existing issues, but it would definitely prevent, but also take away some issues that don't need to even be there in the first place. Like, money is always a thing that people are talking / not talking about. Where it's like, yeah, that has a huge effect on how you work, but also has a huge effect on your health. And it's like, yeah, artists would definitely entertain more humans if you just paid them.
Paid them properly.
Yeah, properly.
Yeah.
Like, how you'd pay, like when people get paid in tech, like an enormous amount, no one's surprised. They're like, oh, well, it's because you're, an engineer, or you did this or that or whatever. Like, that makes sense. But then when it's an artist, they're like, well, don't you just eat your canvas? Like, you don't have to have all this money.
Cinnamon flavored.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, this one's fruity.
So do you think, or do you feel that because we're in this state, do you think that we'll ever get to a place where there is more respectability for artists, especially now with the advent of social media and more artists kind of sharing the ins and outs and behind the scenes of everything they do?
I think it could help. I think that really it's like much like it's an issue that goes from the top down. So I think that social media is like kind of starting at like the lower end, but the issue is really coming from like it's a whole systemic problem. And I feel like until that part's fixed, like you can't really fix like the smaller details as much. But I do think it gives more control over artists and how they monetize their work for sure. Also, I mean, we have access to way more than before. Like, just being a cartoonist now is not like George Harriman, where you had to hide the fact that you were black at all just in order to be a cartoonist. So there is that. And then there is also the fact that you can, like go and stream something and actually get donations. And it really, like, the size of the donation doesn't even matter. It's the fact that it's even present at all, that someone like cares that much. So the cool thing is that now we can have like, if you don't have like, millions of people, you get these like micro audiences. And I think that's the coolest part, because you actually have an audience. Like, even if it's like a small one, that's like pretty cool. Most humans don't really get that unless they like go through like this whole like, social media process, I feel like.
Exactly. Because the ways people usually equate it, they'll say something like, yeah, sure, you only have like 5 people on your stream or 10 people on your stream, but imagine those 10 people in your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, even if it's just 3, that's like 3 whole human beings, and those tend to be the people that'll stay like the whole time. So, um, that's the awesome part. It's like, oh, okay, that's like a great way to show support too. I feel like that's pretty underrated. It's just by like, engaging with the artist, like you were saying earlier, like, sharing the stream and telling people about it and commenting, things like that, like adding, like emotes and stuff, like all that is really more than people imagine, from the other end.
Exactly. Would you ever work for one of those big studios, the scary ones like Nick or Disney? Oh God, or Cartoon Network?
So, I mean, it's kind of funny because it's more like my brother's dream. Kane's dream was like when he was 5 years old, he said, I want to work at Pixar. And so then he wound up eventually at CalArts, and now he's graduated. And so That's more like it would be weird. It feels weird for me to like even think of that because I'm like, that's so much his thing. Like we're such like identical opposites, if you will. Like we joke that like I'm cat and he's dog, and so it's like I would feel like I was like I'm like that's you like that, like I can't like necessarily But then again, it's more like of I guess I more fear the control part of it because he's very much into animation. And so like he's very much into like the process of animation, which a lot of animators like wouldn't just be show creators and things like that. Like he does animation for the sake of animation very much. Personally, I'm very attached to my characters, and so what scares me the most is copyright. Because like big studios like Nickelodeon or Disney or anything, like while that may seem enticing, if they're saying like, hey, I want to buy your idea, there's a huge chance that your idea might get bought and then just never used. They're just buying it just in case. Like they store it, or they might make like one episode and then that's it. Like that's happened to people before, so you have to be really careful.
See, you just hit a really, really good topic that like people are often scared to talk about because I feel like a lot of the times people that aren't in the industry, people that don't really know what's going on, they'll be like, "Yeah, you should work for so and so. Yeah, you should go with Netflix, and yeah, you should go with that." And it's like, no, it's not that simple. And I feel like people don't understand how scary that can be. Look at what happened with my man that Mike Judge, not Mike Judge. Who was it? It might have been Mike Judge. He lose the rights to Beavis and Butthead?
Was it him?
I think it might have been him.
It's happened to like so many people.
And the guy that created Watchmen, he lost the rights to that. DC
owns that.
You know what I mean? Like it just happens so often. A lot of the people that we grew up with, they don't even own their own property. It's like with musicians that don't own their masters. It's crazy.
Yeah. Or like there's like even people who do a good job of like going over like the copyright laws and stuff. Like Steven Hillenburg did a pretty good job where his name is on like every single SpongeBob thing ever that you get that's official Nickelodeon. But then Nickelodeon still does own SpongeBob, so they still were continuing the show even after he left. And then after he died, and the saddest part to me is after he died when they took advantage of that to make like Camp Coral,
the Patrick Show.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is like I feel some kind of way about it.
No, yeah. Speak your piece. Go ahead. Let it out.
Just like it just I can't stand SpongeBob variations because it's so weird. It's like after I'd say maybe like what the third or fourth season maybe. SpongeBob is when it's the quality starts to lessen and they change storyboard artists or something. And so what in your right mind makes you think that a 3D version is going to be better where you're explaining the backstory, you're explaining his age, you're doing everything that the creator was like, don't do it.
And this is what happens. This is what happens when your property becomes a cash cow and they want it. They'll do whatever it takes to take that thing and milk it dry. SpongeBob has been on the air since I was like in high school, I think. And it's still going today. They just released a trailer for a new SpongeBob game. There are new shows in the SpongeBob universe coming out. It's just not stopping. And it's like, that's the scary part that people don't understand. Like, that looks cool from the outside looking in. I was actually just talking about somebody that owns a blondie business. That she makes blondies and cookies and cakes and whatnot. But she's also partnered with like Macy's and Walmart. And at the same time, people are saying that's great for her. She would rather people just go straight to her website. She would rather people go straight to her because Macy's and Walmart, they're going to take a big cut. And even though it's good exposure, it's also taking a lot from you.
Yeah. And also, I think what it is that there's like alternatives to that. So like one of the really good things is like sponsorships. So that's, I feel like one of the better alternatives where it's like, yeah, they take a cut, but mostly they're sponsoring you, not the like they're helping you out. In that sense, where it's like, you're not like you're kind of representing the brand, but not totally. I feel like there's more freedom in that sense than if you're tied to Walmart quite literally because your products are there. If you're like people who like have their products that get released at Target or things like that. It's like it's both. It has like its plus and minuses.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, yeah, they have to take care of all the business that you don't necessarily want to, but then it's true that it's like they take a major cut from it, especially if they like see that there's money coming there.
So you want to be fully independent, like for the rest of your days?
Personally, I feel like it's unavoidable. Like that, at some point, you would have to work with someone on something. It just depends on like what the thing is and how you go about it. I really feel like speaking to a lawyer is important. It's just like I think a lot of it kind of just boils down to like how you handle the situation on like in terms of contracts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not saying like it would be impossible to do like this or that, but also I collaborate with my brothers, and so like I'm very much, if I want to work on something, I'm very much into asking like them about it, or like even if I want to like do something, I'd rather ask a friend or something like that first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to like necessarily working with something, like you just don't know what the future really holds. So
yeah, of course.
And I would like in terms of characters and stuff. Yeah, I would like to keep as much control over it as possible.
Yeah. Would you? What? I'm trying to think of the way to ask this. Okay, yeah. So, what is your end goal with the Dilliverse? Or where do you see it going? At least within like the next maybe 2 to 3 years, 5 years.
Oh, okay. So that's that's more like tangible.
Yeah.
Because I was like the end goal, domination. No,
World domination, Pinky.
Yes, that's what we're doing today. No, I think that it's more going to be along the lines of like the online shop. So the online shop right now is being built. I just released like a new subscription service for one of the characters, Dana.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on Patreon, and that's like very, very recent, like this week. And then the shop is something that I'm working on. So all the Dill Comics, like merch and things like that, and the toys and all that stuff will be available on like Shop Dill Comics. So I'm pretty excited about that. So like that's what like next few years are going to be about. I'm hoping,
Okay. And do you see yourself ever? Because I know you're doing comics. Do you see yourself ever doing like a Dill cartoon, a Dana cartoon?
Yeah. That's like that's pretty much like what I really want. So because my brother does animation and everything, it's like never something that I actually really questioned. It was just like, yeah, we're gonna work together at some point.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
That would be mad weird if your brother was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that with you.
Yeah. Like one day he just switches up. He's like, I'm good. I'm a lawyer now.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Like the next day you talk to him, he's like, yeah, I'm a paralegal.
Yeah, I call Cassis. He's an accountant. I'm like,
I gave up my dreams of animation. I want to make real money now. I got myself a real job.
He's wearing a suit. He walks up the door with a briefcase.
Oh my god.
He's like in that. I don't know if you remember that one Ren and Stimpy episode where it's like Stimpy goes through puberty and he leaves Ren and he's like, "I'll call you when I need money."
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna go on our first break of the night, and when we come back, we're gonna jump right into Gardic and do some really weird, really awesome, and really great art for you guys. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. That gives you enough time to get up, walk around, use the bathroom, eat a snack or whatever, walk outside, walk your dog. I don't know. It's your life. I'm not in control of it. Maybe Dr. Calyn is, but I'm not. And maybe we'll find out if she really has a doctorate when we come back.
Next episode.
Okay, people, if you're ready, let me see some emote love in the chat. We're back. We're about to come back. The doctor is about to be back. You're about to be back. Let's see some emote love in that chat. We're streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, so join the conversation wherever you see fit. Kunam, I see you on YouTube. What's good? What's up? Those emotes look amazing. Oh, those are the ones I made. Yeah. Look at those. Is that Batman? Let me just make sure she's unmuted. And we are back with Dr. Calyn.
Hello.
Who sounded like she just sat back down. This is, if you're just joining us, this is the Art Block with Habbo, featuring our very special guest tonight, Dr. Calyn, who is an amazing artist, cartoonist, comic artist, and all-around great person. And we're about to jump into Gartic Phone, which is an amazing, little game site that we're going to use to kind of just make some great art for y'all and see what we make, see what we come up with. Are you ready? Oh, looks like you fell out.
Oh.
I think I think you fell out of the lobby.
Oh,
which was funny. As soon as I said, "Are you ready?" It was like,
oh,
it made like a little pop
that's
sound.
weird. Cause wait, let me reconnect because I was.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I could. Was on it. I could see your thing there.
Yeah.
Right,
Things
I'm gonna try
happen.
one more time.
Yeah, I know when it's like idle, it like
Yeah.
freaks out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you see me?
Yeah, you're there. So we're gonna start off with the icebreaker mini game, and I'm gonna ask you questions, and you're gonna ask me. We're gonna type in questions to get to know each other, but instead of talking, we're gonna draw it. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right, icebreaker, and let's start. Yes. Okay, what am I going to ask you? Let's see. How much time do I have? I should have had my other keyboard. I wasn't prepared, and my pen just fell.
Yeah, the little time thing is stressful.
I'm going to ask you a simple one.
Right. So do I write a sentence too?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
What? Okay.
I was so late.
I'm mad you were sitting there the whole time like, hey, do I have to write a sentence too?
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Oh. We're gonna go fast. How do I describe this?
Okay, I'm gonna make this. I'm just gonna be interpretive. It's gonna be an interpretive answer, and then you're just gonna have to figure it out.
Got it. I feel like I know the answer. It's one of those. This is so funny. Okay, let me zoom in a little. Alrighty. I've gotten very used to Procreate, and I'm like, oh, this is new.
I've never had the chance to use Procreate because I'm not an Apple user.
Yeah, I like how you said it that way.
Yeah, I'm not part of the Steve Jobs army.
Yeah, that's the way a lot of people. Nobody says like Apple. They say not an Apple user.
Yeah, you gotta say it aggressively because you gotta let people know.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah. I mean, you do know, like, pretty much. You're like, don't worry, I got it.
It's like, don't worry, we know. It's like when someone is like, I'm vegan.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
Excuse me. Hello. I'm vegan.
Did you know?
Did you know I don't use Apple products? Did you know that?
While holding like the little Android robot, it's like
I'm not gonna lie though. I feel like I'm gonna have to get an iPhone because a lot of the things that I want to do business wise have proprietary software on Apple products. Like I can't download certain
Yeah.
things on Android, and that sucks.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed, especially with like creative stuff. It's just a lot of stuff seems to be default, you know. I mean, that's what I think Apple's pretty much for. I don't think it's for, you know, it's mostly for like creative types sort of sometimes.
I do think
It
it's
just
unfair. I do think
no,
it's a
it
little
is
unfair.
unfair. It is unfair though, because it's like you shouldn't have to, you know, use a specific. This is not even.
What? What? What
I'm like,
happened?
I'm supposed to answer your question. And
Okay, we're gonna find out what you did in a second. Um, there's a spot literally down the block from you. You've probably seen it before. It's called Somewhere Good.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I can't even access that place because I need an iPhone to download their app to make an
Oh,
appointment.
really?
Yeah. So like
What?
I'm gonna have to like switch over at some point. Like for real.
That is the weirdest thing. I didn't even know that they were iPhone exclusive. It's
Mm-hmm.
just bizarre.
That sounds a little classist to me, you know?
Well, it sounds like it defeats the point of the whole place.
Yeah, it does. And I think it might be I'm not gonna put the onus on them. I think it might just be Apple. Because I know sometimes
Mhm.
they like to bogart and like seize things for themselves.
Mhm.
It's like if you're on our shop, then you can't be on somebody else's thing. So
Yeah, I'm not really
yeah.
surprised, but also like, ugh.
Yeah. So let's see the results of what we did here. Let's
Oh
go.
boy. Here
Are
we
Dill and
go.
Dana related?
For context, Dill and Dana are her characters. Oh my god! That looks so good.
I did not have the time to like do the mouth the way I wanted,
You
so
got
now her expression says it all.
you spent all that time on her hair. That's what happened.
Exactly. I got caught up. I was like, wait, hold on. Let me
See?
shade at the bottom so they make sense.
Even in cartoon form, a black woman's hair needs a lot of time and dedication.
Exactly. It was
I'm gonna
wash
download
day.
that. Exactly. Which is a great
Food.
cartoon.
Ooh, oh yes, yeah, you saw that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get that.
Okay, so what do you interpret that?
The way I see it is it's like there's since food it's like a never ending like pit or something. And it's just like food is always welcome. That is how I'm seeing this image. Like, oh yeah, food. It's just like just throw it in that just the ring of fire, just to throw all the good food, all the oxtails, all the oxtails.
I feel like I want to be like that meme with Jerry. Nigga, what? Like what?
Yeah.
That is a wild interpretation. I love it, but you're wrong. It's soul food because it's a ghost.
Oh, so.
See, Boomaye got it. See, yeah, soul food. Yeah.
I don't know why I went for like the thing that just because I was thinking of your oxtails. And I was just
Everybody's
like, oh.
thinking about oxtails. It's okay. That's all I talk about.
I'm still thinking about Idris Elba riding what was it? A rhino and eating a plate of oxtail. You made this comment once. You made this comment where you were like, yeah, raw Idris Elba on a rhino eating a plate of oxtails or like one of those like exotic animals.
I don't remember that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I pinned it because it was so specific and so funny.
That is mad specific. I can't believe I came up with that. Okay, it's round 2. Ask a question this time.
Yeah.
Okay, mine is done. Because I had like preloaded questions, so I kind of cheated. Like I wrote out some things.
Oh, I know.
Oh, not you giggling sinisterly. Oh no. Also, chat, how does everything sound, by the way? Would we sound good? Everything copacetic, as they say? Ooh, that was fast. Would you ever shave your beard and not warn anyone? Oh man. How can I draw that? How will I draw that? How would that be interpreted?
How would it be interpreted?
Okay,
Honestly,
I
I would
know.
be so shocked if you did that. I don't know if I would recognize you.
Yeah, I've seen videos on TikTok where dads do that to their babies. Like they'll shave it and they'll be in front of the babies and they're like, eh! Like this one girl cry.
Oh
This
no,
one little
it's a
girl
fact
cried.
though.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Like I remember once my dad had shaved his whole head, and then my brother was a baby and he saw him and he didn't recognize him, and he was just like thinking this like strange man was in the house just holding him around. And he was like staring at him like cautiously. Like he didn't cry. He was just looking, like eyeing him just to make sure. Like, yeah, I know you're not my dad, but I just want to make sure you're not up to like no, funny business or nothing. 'Cause you're still in the house.
What are you
Like,
gonna
who
do?
invited you?
What is
Yeah,
your
I
baby
don't
gonna
know. That's what I was wondering. I was like, why are you making that face like you just ate a
do? Go
lemon?
throw a screwdriver at him? Tommy
Yeah,
Pickle style?
he had that like little pursed up lips, that babies get.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm watching you. Like, and
Oh my god.
okay.
I'm almost done.
Okay, so this was like an old comic that I did,
Mm-hmm.
which you just reminded me of.
Okay. Wow, we're getting a exclusive now. We're getting the behind the scenes.
I do have enough time for hands.
You got enough time for hands. You got hands.
I hope. Oh wow! Okay, we actually finished this one.
See, I believed in you, and you did it. I'm just adding.
Wow!
I'm trying to just rush and add like a little bit of detail.
Power of Papa Hep.
Okay, I'm done.
Got it.
Oops, something happened to my mouse for a second. All right, we're good.
Oh, you good?
All right, yeah. It just freaked out. I think like it was hovering over something, but we're good. All right, let's see what we got here.
Can a black goth like glitter?
Ooh, I like the voice on that one. Glitter. Hey, you know what's funny? I was actually going through your IG, and I saw that one. I saw that.
Yeah, that one's old now.
Yeah, I love it. I do enjoy how, and obviously this is not like a diss in any way, but I love how simple your characters are and like just their structure. Like I feel like anybody can like, it's very user friendly in a sense of like if a kid wanted to like do fan art for you, they can easily do it because of the shape, and I love that.
Oh, what I actually really like is when people do their own version of Dills, it's always like their version, which I find really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like never something you expect, but you're like, oh, interesting. That's a new head shape. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. Let's see mine. I think I saved that already. All right.
Would you ever shave your beard and not warn anyone?
My answer is, survey says, no. I will sooner shave the top of my head before I do that.
I like how your head is so shiny. You're like Bezos bald in this.
Oh nah, don't
like,
put me on Bezos.
Like,
dang.
But it's like, have you ever seen how shiny his head is?
No, because I don't stare at him like that.
I mean, you would just have to like have like one glimpse for like 2 seconds. It's like in the first SpongeBob movie when the king takes off the crown and they're all like, yeah, he's got that, but like permanently. Like, how do you like turtle wax it? You like turtle? I swear
he buffs it with the thing, But nah, like I've had my beard since I was like maybe 16, 17. And I've been growing it like in different variations ever since, but I've never had it completely gone because I'd be scared. I think I would be scared myself. Like,
That's just a moment where you don't recognize
yeah,
yourself.
I'm like, who is that man? Who is that?
Yeah,
There's
it's
something
like
I
the
want to.
day. Oh yeah, God.
There's something I want to do. So, like I said, I did peruse your Instagram, and I kind of went deep, and I was like, what if I went through here and I just like put these pictures on screen, and she had to describe them.
Why did that make me nervous?
So I have a few. I wanted to do this earlier, but we were just so engrossed in
Yeah.
our conversation. But I have a few. I'm going to put them in our Discord chat so you can see them yourself.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm going to put them
Alright.
on screen. So this is the first one.
Oh,
Put it
cool.
in right
Great.
now.
I'm back on my computer.
Right, I'm dropping the first one now, and I'm about to put it on screen for everyone else to see. If I can.
Oh my gosh! Ah!
Who is that white boy? What is going on here? We need
Whoa!
answers. We need answers.
I was 20 years old. That was 9 years ago.
We need. Okay, all right. You were 20 years old, but what else is going on here? What is happening? Yo, my man.
Was like, you went and like, bro, you did that internet digging.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, let me dig up all the dirt.
I'm about to be that guy that'd be getting all the questions for the rappers.
I think I was using highlighters. I had like a pretty long-lasting phase of just drawing on anyone who was like, yeah, you can just draw on me.
But who is this man?
I was like in programming school. The
you was
guy
drawing on a
I dated
hacker?
in programming school. He wasn't a hacker. He was more like a PS2 player, but whatever. At best.
Yo, this is like that was like the craziest thing I saw because I was going through it. I went all the way to the like the very end.
Yeah, I think those were highlighters.
Wow.
Like I was like really into drawing on it's like, well, I mean, I would draw like on myself, I draw on people, but like I don't know, that lasted a long time, and that was like one of the first ones that I did. And it's funny because the further you go back, the more like Dill's head shape is kind of weird looking to me.
Yeah.
So the more I'm like, ah. Oh no!
Okay, so I have another one. I'm going to drop it now, and then I'm going to put it in the chat, in the stream in a second. I just need to move things around. Give me 1 second. Like I went deep, fam. So like, be ready to explain yourself at all times. You giggling, but
I've been on the internet for too long.
Okay.
Oh yeah! Oh,
What?
those were
Is
good
this?
days.
This is why
Yeah,
I was
so-
like, did she go to private school? Because this feels like a private school.
No, not at all. Actually,
Vibe.
so that's like at a store that I think like doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh.
We're either in Pimpke or Jennifer. I can't remember.
Okay.
But it was like, you remember like the early 2000s when
Yeah, I
like
do
Britney
remember.
Spears was wearing like, you know, like schoolgirl fashion. Like you remember how that was a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my best friend. Like we grew up together. I know her since I was 3.
That's beautiful.
And we are still, but like this was like our peak weep days. I'm not gonna say we're out of it because that'd be a lie. But like we've always like dressed. We still do that. We still like will dress like wear the same outfit, dress the same and stuff, and like match and things. But when we were younger, this was the weebiest time of my life. It was embarrassing. Like we would go to the bakery and we would say, "Oh man, oh should I even say this?" Oh, we'd go in and instead of saying like, you know, it's like hello, like a normal human, we'd be like, "Ohio."
Ohio.
Ohio, and then they'd give us the food and we'd be like, "Arigato," and we would bow and leave. Oh my god.
This is why people need to stop watching Japanese cartoons. Look at this. Ohio.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, also in France, it's like the cartoons that come on TV, most of them are from Japan.
Really?
So you grow up, yeah, most people actually grow up watching more Japanese cartoons than they do, like, you know, American cartoons and stuff.
Okay.
Like, we still got, like, Hey Arnold and things, but it was, like, going to be, like, reruns and stuff, but we got way more, like, Japanese cartoons and stuff, so.
That's very interesting.
Shiny Tail, stuff like that, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's us in the store. Like we would
Yeah.
get dressed up in the store and take like the pictures when you had to take your camera,
Yeah.
And had that like nice 2003, 4, whatever resolution.
I got one more, and then we're going to jump back into our icebreaker.
Okay.
This one is not as like scary, okay? So don't worry. Also, let me upload it over here on Streamlabs. All right. Drop it in Discord now, and I'm putting it on screen right now.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Christy and Beatrice are there. That's like actually when I met them.
Who are Christy and Beatrice?
Oh, Christy Road has been in the punk scene forever. So is Beatrice actually, like both of them. But they're both music artists, and just like Christy's also an illustrator. And they're like kind of like vets in the scene. They've been doing stuff for like a really long time. But Black Girls World Zine is great too. They actually like recently had James Spooner, the creator of AFROPUNK, at the Black People's Museum in Brooklyn near the Target. And yeah, he came in for like his book signing because he just put out a graphic novel.
Okay, I didn't know
It's
that.
really good, by the way. It's called The High Desert. I
Yeah.
really recommend it. Yeah, it's really, really good.
I have my reservations about Afropunk, but I do love that.
No, he has nothing to do with the festival.
Oh, he created the movement, you mean?
Yeah, he directed the movie when he was like in his early 20s. He was like super young.
Okay, all right. Now I'm with you.
He did like one festival. He did one festival, and he was working with somebody else, and then he split because he didn't like the direction it was going in. James Spooner's like a totally like separate aspect, but he started it.
Okay.
And then Afropunk went and took it wherever they took it, but like, you know, James Spooner's the original guy.
Okay. And what was it? What was the graphic novel called again?
It's called The High Desert.
The High Desert. That sounds from wait a minute. Is this with like a really tall looking character and he has like this cool looking bike?
No, he's like it's his memoir, and I don't know, he skates in there. I don't know if you but he's like it's like how he got into the punk scene through like skating videos and stuff like that, and
got you.
You know,
has
like struggles with that, but yeah, it's really fascinating. It's like I actually like it. I mean, obviously, like the movie's like kind of it's older now, but it's like his old work. So
yeah.
But this is like way more complete service. So yeah. Anyways, all that to say that they had like organized like an event around that, and they do a lot. They do a lot. Like they're like kind of like punk black, you know. So,
dope.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back, and we're gonna do some more of those later because I got a handful of them. We're gonna go back to our icebreaker, and then we'll move on to our next little mini game after that. Oh wait, I think you are missing from the lobby.
Oh wait, let me. Oh, we did the thing again. Okay, hold on. Let me
sometimes. It's fine.
Yeah.
And you can't see it, but there's a really nice slideshow of your work and of you, and I'm sure everybody is in love with it because I went digging and I found some really dope drawings of like Dana and Dill and some of the other characters. Looks great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, there
you
go.
Back.
One more icebreaker.
Yay. Oh, I forgot to think of this question. The default question is kind of funny. Your reaction when you see a cockroach. All right.
I'm just going to give you like ridiculous. Because you know what? I know you're going to work with it. Because you on that vibe. Opinions on Shrek 4D? What?
It's a really thing.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what Shrek looked like. Hold on. I'm going to draw him from memory. Okay.
All
Let me see.
right. How
Yo,
much wood could a woodchuck chuck if he was on shrooms?
were you at the Parkway yesterday?
Yeah. During the festival?
The festival? You
The
mean the Labor Day
parade?
parade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
You was there?
yesterday? Yeah, no, sorry. I'm getting my days confused, but I was there.
Oh,
I
snap.
was like, wait, that was yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was there, and I was like, oh, I was surprised I didn't run into you, but I was like in and out.
You were in and out. How were you in and out?
Like I was in the area, then the parade, then like around like the parade area, then leave, come back. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you was going, yo, that's crazy. Because, like, it's hard to move over there. Like, you can't
It
just be,
is.
you can't just be, like, walking all over the place. That's crazy. Was that your
No,
first time?
I've been like around it and close to it, but I think it was like the first time I actually like really saw some of the costumes up close.
Yeah.
Probably, I'd say. Oh, oops, I got it. I realized I gotta hurry.
Well, I'm running out of time. I'm trying to be all, like, intricate.
Yeah, I started getting into details too. See, I always forget.
Yeah. Let me rush. Okay.
Ah!
Always that phone with the phone and the stuff and the things. Oh my God. That always scares me. I don't even have time to color, man.
What's happening?
Okay. I'll just explain it.
I was gonna require a disclaimer.
Not Awkward Cat saying, what kind of question is that? I'm dead. Hey, Fro, what's good? Good to see you in the chat. All right, let's go. I'm excited.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if he was on shrooms?
Oh, snap.
I got caught up and I was like, oh no!
That looks like
Colors are important.
that looks like a Pixar animation. The Shroom movie.
You know the Pixar animation about a shroom that wants to grow a pantry?
Grow
He just wants
what?
to make canned mushrooms.
Wait, so he's a carnivorous mushroom?
Yeah, he's a carnivorous.
He eats his own people?
No, but that's what he has to get over his fear of.
That's crazy. He looks like, what are those things on underneath him? It's like when you wear a sombrero and it's got the tassels coming down.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, the idea was like, oh, he's gonna have some bling, you know, like when you go through those people's rooms who are obviously like, you know, like those like hippie things with the beads hanging down.
Yeah.
Those. I was like, oh, I mean, got time to draw one bead.
Okay, nice. All right, here is mine. The chat already saw it, but you didn't see it. Here we
Opinion
go.
on Shrek 4D.
What's this gonna be?
So
his lips. Drink some water, bro.
I don't remember what Shrek looked like. So my thing is, Shrek would love Shrek 4D. I think he would be into watching his own movie, like self-referential, third wall, fourth wall breaking. So he's kind of like sitting down somewhere outside in the swamp, hanging out with that mushroom actually, and they're watching a movie together. Yeah.
Actually, that's pretty good. I like that they're complementary.
Yeah. You have to imagine my grass though, because it's not there.
I like also the way like he's just kind of chilling, but he's like got the big Shrek head, but then he's got like a cute little body. He's like chibi at the bottom.
He's little Shrek.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next game is going to be animation. Basically, we'll be working together, collaborating on a short, and try to be as accurate as possible so it looks, good.
Okay.
But I
like
trust
something.
us. I trust us though, because we're
Okay.
pretty competent. So
All right. Let's
good luck.
see. Let's see. Create the animation's first drawing.
Okay, what are we gonna do here?
I don't even know how. Do you want to make an ice cube melt?
Sure. We can do something more exciting.
I mean, like it's like something's got to happen to it. Like it's got to have like a. Well,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
let me just show and not tell.
I'll draw an ice cube.
Hey, what's his face make again? Where he's like
What face? Whose face?
ice cube.
Wait, you mean
that
the
one
ice
meme?
cube?
Yeah, but as an ice cube.
Oh, I got confused. I got scared because I started drawing the actual ice cube, and I thought you wanted me to draw ice cube.
Oh no, in actual. That's what I no, but I'm talking about both coexist, like the same thing.
As the same
like,
person. Oh, so
yeah.
just an angry ice cube because he's always like.
Well,
very
I
pensive.
mean he he has that one meme where he's like.
What?
There's that one meme where he's making that face where he's like looks like he's making funny.
I don't know what that means. I've never seen
All right,
that.
well,
meme.
I tried.
Okay.
So I did the first drawing. Do I say done?
I'm about to be done. I'm just adding like just a little bit of.
Oh,
color.
okay.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh yeah, maybe I should. Well, actually, like what?
Yo, how big is your junk food collection?
Not that big. Like the thing is, it looks like I eat more junk food than I do. It's just it takes me a long time to eat like the same thing.
Okay.
So, like I'll get like a fruit roll up, but it'll take me like 3 days to eat it at most. I mean, like at best. Sorry, not even at most. Like,
So do you?
At most, I wouldn't even finish it.
So wait, do you? So you eat all the boxes that you have like stacked up? Like those
What?
empty? Those boxes are empty? Like the cereals and all of that?
Oh yeah, they're all empty.
Oh,
It's
I
like
thought they were
over
in
the
there.
course of several years. No, it's not that bad. That's over the course of like several years.
Oh, that's what you're doing. I like that. Mine doesn't have a face.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You're going to continue the animation from this drawing. Yes.
Done.
What brush did you use? The second one?
No, I just used the first one, the default.
So the tiny one. That looks like the second one.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I have a bigger one than yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one.
Hey
yeah.
yo.
Oh my goodness. And try to.
So when did you start doing this collection? This junk food.
Honestly, when I got here, because like people were also like getting me to buy like, hey, have you tried like Lunchables and stuff? And I was like, that sounds so stupid. I want to try it.
Who came to you as a grown person and said, "Hey,
oh come on,
you should eat Lunchables"?
I was curious.
But somebody came to you and said you should try it?
Well, the thing is, I had like already like seen the weird stuff, and they were like, "This is up your alley," you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you think you've seen weird? Like, have you tried Lunchables? And I was like,
wait, Lunchables
no.
was weird to them?
I mean, considering like for them it was like their like normal snack, but they were like they knew that I would think it was weird. They just wanted to see my reaction, you know what I mean?
And you fell in love since that day?
Oh, I hate Lunchables.
Okay.
It's nasty. It's nasty. It's disgusting.
Excuse me, Miss Fancy Parisian.
No. I mean, come on, that's
what
not
do you
really.
eat over
It's a
there?
pretty. It's a
what
pretty low bar.
We don't want Lunchables. We don't.
I like I can get cheese and crackers on my own. I don't need it to be already like I just don't like how small it is, and it's like telling me what to do. I'm like, don't tell me how to eat my pizza. I'll figure that out myself.
Okay.
Like if I want Oreos for dessert, I'll get them. It's just like forces you into this little like packaged lunch. Like.
Well, I mean, granted, to be fair, it is for very young children, not an adult that's used to eating better food.
Even like as a kid, I would have been annoyed by the like lack of decency. I would have been like, I want my own.
Look at me. I do not eat this. I will eat some breads and
No,
bateo.
you don't know the crappy French food either. Though. You should have seen the crap that we ate. It was just different.
I watched Madeline. I saw it. They said,
Oh,
we love our bread, we love our bateo, but most of all, we love each other.
well, I watched Jimmy Neutron, and I don't know how accurate.
Nah, every time I think about Jimmy Neutron, I think about that episode where his dad had the rewind button and he would just eat food and rewind it and then eat it again. It's like, this nigga is nasty, bro. Like,
That's gross.
and then doing it in public where everybody's watching him is like, yo, what is wrong with this man? Oh my God.
A lot of things.
All right, let's see what we did. I thought it was going to be longer than that. It was only 2 frames.
Yeah, there were 2 frames. Is it me or is it?
It's like, only 2 frames. So let's see what we got.
Gift.
See what you did. Probably did something really dope. Oh, he gone. He gone. That's he gone. He dead. I can edit it a little bit.
I like how it's just like boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like a rubber hose animation.
That's the sound it's making. It's the SpongeBob footstep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's see how this turned out. I like your ice cube face. He's happy that he's melting. He's fine with it.
Oh my God, you did it so well. Oh, that was so funny.
Hello, I'm Ice Cube. I'm melting, but he's fine. He's fleeting life.
He sounds like Tommy Wiseau.
Hello.
Oh hi.
Oh hi, Mark.
Oh hi.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Oh.
The sun is tearing me apart. I am melting on the inside. I want to see if we can make it longer. I think I can edit it a little bit. Let's see. Time. No, we need more turns. So let's see. It says all turns. Huh, maybe it only does it when you have more people to give you more frames. That's probably what it is. But it's fine. We can do 2 frame. We can do 2 frame animation. That's what's up. Yeah,
it's like
Pratt Institute could never.
Hey,
Wait,
you remember? Huh?
Now I was going to ask you. Did you are you legally bound from not doing any more Pwatt comics?
No, not at all. That's my thing.
Okay, so you can do that. Because I was wondering.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I can. I can't. The sun is running ice cream.
And tell people about the Pwatt comics, because I know I just said something mad alien to them. So let them know.
Oh,
put them on game.
Let me incorporate in the gift then.
Oh yeah. Tell it. With
yes.
the art.
So when I got to Pratt Institute, I was like, oh, okay, the school is doesn't have its own comic, so let me just make one. But I had actually done that at 42, which was the programming school that I was at before. So this was like, oh, it was less intimidating because I was like, well, I'd done it before. Let me just try it at the school. And I really don't know what I would have done without it, to be honest. Because that's what got me through, actually motivated me to, even get through, classes or anything like that. I was like, well, at least if I'm annoyed with something, I can make a comic about it.
Right.
Instead of just being straight up annoyed with the thing.
Right.
There were a lot of issues and a lot of student complaints, but I was like, there's no way to laugh about it or even talk about it without and also change things at the same time. Which is something that I don't know. I don't like it when it's you're just complaining. Right. I was like, there needs to be an element of there needs to be a place where students can, yeah, sure, be upset, but then also be like, yeah, so get this to change or whatever. And art can actually really do that. Not to go moral or anything, but there were things it did help when it came to petitions and things like that. To have a comic attached to it, because then the students since the students read it, like the school would take more notice because it has this weird like thing where it's like, oh well, if it's culturally like relevant to the students, then they're actually going to make a stink about it. So it wound up being kind of useful in its own way.
That's actually really dope. It's kind of like you had your like rebel radio moment making this comic.
Oh, Rebel Free. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of like how it felt, I guess.
Oh my god! It's the character from Pwatt.
Yeah, you're just here. I love this little dude. All right.
Yeah, I just be drawing doofy stuff over here. I love it. It's just so fun.
That's fun. All right, he's gonna. The possibilities are endless. I love his like hair is like...
Yeah. Whenever I draw characters like that, I just think about Tommy Pickles.
Oh my gosh!
And his little hairs. That little kid. I love how ugly a lot of the characters were in that era with like Class B Supo.
Yeah. What's funny is that the Rugrats was like when they pitched it, that was their last idea, and they were so not committed to it at all.
Really?
And Nickelodeon was like, "Oh my god, wait, what's that idea with the babies? We'll take that."
Yeah.
Like their passion project was not the one that they went for, but that's kind of classic story.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I feel like a cultural savage now.
I mean, I get a lot of like animation tidbits from Kane now, so
yeah, I love that. Like, I just love the rich history of animation and art in general because there's so many little side stories and unknown stories, and
yeah,
it's amazing.
Like things you wouldn't necessarily expect.
Yeah, because it's like you just think people made cartoons and everybody was happy and everybody got along and this, that, and the third, and it's like, nah, man, they wilding out there. They was doing strikes. People quit. Yeah. People getting underpaid. You know. It's
I mean, there were people outed for being communists back in the day too. Like, there was the whole like situation with like EPA and everything.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I read an article about that a while. Oh no, I don't have time.
It's always like that. Oh no, I don't have time.
Oh god. I'm trying to be as fast as possible. It's going to be a little
sloppy.
sloppy.
You did actual oh my god in the most non-ironic way.
Oh my, I'm not going to make it. Ah! Okay. Wait, I need to add details to the hair. Oh. I was so close.
It'll be fun to see the results.
Yeah. All right, let's jump right into it. This is fun. This is like my favorite one. The animation.
I love this. Yeah. It's never what you expect.
Yo, that looks like the Rick and Morty guy.
Oh, a little bit.
Oh, I love it. Oh my god. Yo, that is so good. This is so much fun.
Look at him go!
Look at him.
This little character.
My existence is painful.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what he's saying.
Like, please end my suffering. I can't stop.
Oh, and you know what it looks like right there? Like that specifically, it looks like Squiggle Vision.
Oh.
Like Ed, and Eddie and all of that.
Oh yeah, that is how it's animated though.
Yeah. Okay, I got like so carried away, and I didn't. So it's gonna be a little tap.
That is the funniest.
I didn't even get the color in the. Oh man!
But like the oh my gosh, it works though. The like the facial expression is killing me.
So tell me more about her though. What's her? Because I never got a chance to fully get into Pwatt.
Yeah, so I didn't get to color Deirdre's hair because of time. But it was like it's normally just like only the hair and the Pwatt logo are colored in.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the comic is just pretty much black and white.
Gotcha.
And she's like, basically, she's a character that I invented. Oof, I invented her like a long time ago. I think I invented her like, I must have been like a teenager or something. So this is like way before like I even knew Pratt. It was in existence. And then when I got to Pratt, I was like, what character am I not using right now? I was like, oh yeah, this random redheaded character that's never colored in except for the hair.
Right.
And then it just became like kind of half my experience there, but half like everyone's experience. So it's like kind of from the point of view of an older quote unquote student.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of students here, like they go straight after high school. But I had already done like a college before, and so I was like weirdly cynical. I didn't even realize it. And so it kind of translated into the character's personality.
Yeah, she always has like a disapproved facial expression.
Yeah, she's just kind of like over it most of the time. You know.
She's just like, done. All right, don't talk to me. I don't have my coffee. Like, don't.
Yeah. She's just like constantly refilling the cup. Like the coffee itself. Like the coffee is a character. The pillow that says sleep is actually a sentient character as well.
Oh my god.
Like shows up in her dreams. It's like she's like there's like little details where just became part of the lore that eventually it was like she's in a relationship with the G train. It's like unhealthy.
Jesus. Not the G train of all the trains.
The thing is, it's like it's the only train that's near Pratt, and it's like one of those like Stockholm syndrome things where you eventually like have to love it.
Yeah.
You're like it's like it just forms out of trauma.
Yeah.
They like trauma bonded or something.
Where can
huh?
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, that's basically just like details like that, yeah.
So where can we go? I was going to say watch. Where can we go to read Pwatt right now? If somebody wants to go read it right now. Almost said watch
Pwatt Institute. So PWATT Institute.com. You can read all of the comics. And then it's also Pwatt Institute on Instagram if you want to like keep up with the latest comics, etc.
Notice what she did, folks. She found a legal loophole because she changed one letter. She can easily just use that and the logo and the same visuals and not get in trouble.
Well, the funny story was like I wound up like working with the school. And then I was working for Pratt like for most of the time that I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like 4 years. I was there for like 5 years. So that was 4 years. And I was doing comics for my department and then doing comics for like various parts of the school.
Mm-hmm.
But what helps with copyright is the fact that it's like I had published in the Prattler, but under Pwatt. So it's like the school newspaper. So I was like, this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
And so then anything else that was created was for like specific parts or organizations within the school, or it was for the school itself, but it was owned by me.
Got you. No, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to jump into our little IG dig again. I have 3 more photos that you're going to have to explain yourself about.
Oh, I love how this like I did not expect this.
Yeah, I literally came up with the idea earlier today.
It's
like,
so funny.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that going forward. All right, so I'm dropping another one right now.
Okay, this is like YouTube podcast type of like. All right, so I surprised you with this. Can you explain yourself?
Yeah. Okay, this one's gonna be a little easy, so don't worry.
Okay, got you. Hey! Oh my gosh, the memories.
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's that?
Are these people? Who is that?
Who's that?
Who is that?
Ever seen this guy? I don't know who I'm standing next to. So weird. Just interrupted. And the video's on my website.
So what is this? Tell the people what's going on.
Yes, so people of Habtown. This is the first time we actually met was at this panel. What was it again? Obsidian
Aesthetic.
Obsidian Aesthetic, yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's funny. My biggest memory from it was talking about Princess Tiana's hair, even
Yeah.
though that was not the point of the whole point of the panel. That was around the end. That's when I felt like we all like had kind of like relaxed and we're like, okay, we kind of like know each other now and stuff. And yeah, it was on a panel. It was a lot of fun.
You know,
And
go ahead.
The full video is up on YouTube. So,
Which took them a long time to get together, might I add.
I like how you just added that.
Yeah, nah, because like and I'm not trying to play them. It's just like it was just a lot going on. But funny story though, I think I told you this. I don't know if I told you this, but I think I did. So when I was posting initially on Instagram, like around that time period, which was like 2017, 2018, I wasn't really showing my face. So for some odd reason, Monica, the woman that is in the front, she thought I was a woman. Because the panel, the whole thing about Obsidian Aesthetic in the panel was supposed to be about women. And they invited me. And then I guess like when they saw that I was a guy, they were just like, all right, whatever. And then I was just there.
It's actually really funny because the whole gender aspect of it makes me laugh now because it's like, wow, time really has passed because turns out you weren't a woman. I don't know where the other artist is at now. I came out gender-wise a while ago, and I'm like, how far long ago was this? Like I was still not like completely like with my gender. I was not completely I was not open with my gender like at the time. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. It's very femme, so just I guess this works. Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
You know. Which is kind of funny to like look back on it now and be like, oh yeah. What year was it?
I think this was 2018. We were all in different places.
Exactly.
We were all in very different places.
Very different.
I actually just looked up Christine, and she's doing quite well for herself, as expected. Cool. Yeah. The last time she posted though was on August 1st, but like she's still like killing it. I think I got her book somewhere. Did you get one? Did you get a copy?
Oh yeah, the coloring book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm gonna put another one up. Stop talking about this event. Okay, I'm gonna get a nice one. Okay, yeah, this one deserves some answers. 1 second. Drop it in. And I am putting it on screen.
Oh! Yeah, okay. So that's Louis Watts.
I love all your reactions. Are like, ah!
Yeah, because it's like, well, I mean, it's like memories like attached to the photo. I mean, that's so that's like, how do I explain what this? So this is not a like police precinct. It's like almost like, let's just call it a stand-in, because my city, you know, where I grew up in, didn't really have. There were no cameras. The lights would turn off at random times. There were no real cops. So it was like
your city had no cops.
It had no cops, but it also had no cameras, and like a lot of times it was just dark because the lights in the street would just randomly turn off.
What kind of place is this?
I mean, it's one of those places that nobody cares about. It was because people would it was a free-for-all, basically. It's like if you wanted to set up for the purge, that's where it is.
Jesus.
No one cared. Literally, and nobody really wanted to live there anyways. So we were all just kind of like, well, we're all in this together, but at the same time, not really. So you never know who was going to waltz into your house at any point in time, because there's no like, well, nothing. What would prevent them? Literally nothing.
Well, what you mean someone just walk into your house? Y'all just be walking in and people like, hey, what's up? What you got to eat?
I'm not even kidding. The way people are so quick was not funny. It was like the summertime. Like I remember, like some guy had jumped in from one window, ran, took some stuff, jumped out.
What?
It's just like, yeah, just ran, just they're quick.
Your house?
Yeah, they're quick. Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it because no cameras, no lights.
Wait. Hold on. I'm processing this right now simultaneously, and I think chat is also freaking out. So you're telling me that somebody ran into your house, did some parkour,
That was the first time.
And left.
That was the first time. The second time was like a group of people.
What?
And they like slid down the roof like a bunch of idiots, and just
slid
like
down the roof. What is this, Sly Cooper? What?
It was so stupid. Like you could see that one of them went hands first because you saw the hand skids, and I was like, oof, that guy got hurt. So yeah, it was like basically, I know that place and especially that bench very well because when you would go to report anything, it would be in this place. It was open from some hours, like from like, I don't know, like 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then like 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and then they're closed for like the rest of the week. They're open like 3 days. I don't know. It's something that's like absolutely useless. That specific day, we had to report something because a friend had come to visit, gotten his phone stolen.
Jesus.
We were waiting in line for hours, and that's why everyone looks like that. And then the cop comes out. It just happens to be in the office that day. And it's like, yeah, so you'll have to leave now and come back tomorrow.
What?
Because our printer doesn't have any ink left.
What?
So we can't print your complaints out. Because you have to like go and print out a complaint for it to be official. Because if you want to like bring anything to the actual cops, they won't take it because they'll be like, but did you print the complaint out? And it's like, oh my god.
Yo, imagine going to the precinct over here and they're like, yo, you gotta go home because we ran.
Yeah, but imagine it's not even a real precinct. It's like a alias. It's like a little like stand-in. It's like,
that's why.
Oh yeah, because we don't have one. Our city just didn't have one.
That's why you got these freaking cat burglars running around because you ain't got no real precinct.
I mean, it was half that, but like that was definitely a huge part of it. If you called the cops, it would take them like longer than it would here, even where it would take them like an hour because they were coming from the next city over. And so, cops take like 5 years to get there. But there it was like an extra amount of time because they're coming from another city. And they also know our city and they just don't want to go.
Yo, this is blowing my mind.
I remember calling them when the guy had like come in the house. I was like, yeah, somebody came in. And he was like, okay, but was he like armed or anything? He was like, and I was like, no, but he came in and he took our stuff. He's like, yeah, but did he like hurt you or something? I was like, can you get over here and like, I don't know, a DNA sample, whatever it is you're supposed to do, which they did not.
Yo,
so ridiculous.
Like when I was doing a deep dive, I was not expecting there to be like that kind of story. Like the chat right now, Coco said people were doing B&Es at random. Jazz said, imagine Rogue Cirque du Soleil people robbing houses.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Awkward Cat said their face is confused on this. Yo, this is this is sick, Coco. Wow. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to go on our second break because like this is just too much and the ad is about to start anyway. So we're going to go on another break. 6 minutes on the clock. We'll be back in 6 minutes with more Gardic Phone and more animation. I think we're just going to do animation for the rest of the night because it's just fun. But yes, we'll be back with more crazy stories in 6 minutes. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? We're coming back in just another minute, and yeah, we got more art, we got more stories. Make sure you share out the stream wherever you are. We're streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, so join the conversation wherever you see fit. Thank you to everyone that has retweeted, reposted, and reshared so far. It does help out a lot. Thank you all so much. Let's see a little emote love in the chat for all them crazy stories that we've been learning about. Big ups to the homie Fro Girl in the chat. Y'all should check her out too. She's an amazing artist and streamer. You saw her on episode 2. Y'all saw her. But y'all didn't see her yesterday doing parkour in front of my face. Hello. It's me, your guy, all the way from Bed-Stuy, Habo, and I'm here with none other than Dr. Calyn. We are drawing using Gardic Phone, and I really wish I made and created this idea first, because they are amazing. But, I'll come up with an idea at some point, and I'm going to, be better than them, maybe. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a thing where we can take longer turns or whatnot. But if you're just joining us, this is the Art Block. It's a art podcast that's not really an art podcast. And it's just all about Black artists chopping it up, chatting while making art, while chatting. It's, really easy, really chill. We don't do any of the highbrow stuff here. It's all lowbrow. We cuss. We say the N-word. We say nigga. But yeah, man, we vibing. And also, hold on. Did I? Oh no. Calyn, if you are there, you are muted, by the way. I was just checking to make sure. But yeah, so y'all, check this out. I didn't even put up the schedule for the week. I should do that right now. Hold on. Let me put that up right now. So I want y'all to know what's happening this week. Talk about that while we wait for Calyn to come on through, break on through the other side. All right. So here's the schedule for the week. So tonight is all about the art block. Tomorrow I'm putting up some VODs. At this point, it's most likely going to either be a Twitch clip compilation or clip straight from this stream. And then on Thursday, we're doing live drawing, most likely working on the Moniqua comic just for you guys. So it's going to be exciting. And I believe I just heard some scuffling in the background, like a cat burglar in a town where there's a precinct where they don't help people.
Oh, wow. Never heard of that before.
Oh my God. That was a wild story. I think that might be the highlight of the entire episode. No one's going to forget that. No one's going to forget that. Let's do another animation and make some magic here. Okay. Oh, it seems you dropped out from being idle, which is what Gardic usually does. They should fix that. Because that's silly.
Yeah.
That's very silly.
Let me
Yeah, take your time. It's all good. It's all good.
Almost there.
What was that? Was that your southern accent?
Almost there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I don't think I've ever heard you speak French as long as I've known you.
Si t'as envie, je peux. Hein.
Oh, oui. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
The temptation to say something that's like so wrong.
You probably did just now. I don't even know.
I
You probably
didn't.
called me something crazy.
I didn't wish that.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? All
All
right.
right.
Do you ever get annoyed at people that do like the stupid French accent like me?
It's not annoying. It's more like it's just funny because much people do like inaccurate American accents.
Really? What they be doing? Hold on, I want to know.
Well,
Oh.
they hear a lot of the ers and stuff, and that's what it sounds like. It sounds like Simlish, I think, to French people. For the most
Susu.
part. I mean, it's a lot of like you know.
Yeah.
So like they, that's. I mean,
We
that is
sound like the
like
Sims
kinda
to them.
like,
That's funny.
yeah, I mean, it makes sense because that's like a lot of like the sounds are kind of weird.
Yeah. Language is weird.
Language is weird.
Yeah, I love it though. I think that's the best part about language, that like nothing really sounds the same and everything is unique in its own way. Even in your own like town, there's different dialects. Like here, like people from
Yeah.
Brooklyn don't sound like people from the Bronx, you know?
Yeah, and it's the same in French. So,
Yeah, I love that.
So let me. I don't even know why I started drawing a house.
I don't know what I'm doing right now. I just drew a guy doing a thing.
When guys just do things.
Yeah. You ever like draw something and you just start laughing at how like ridiculous?
Yeah.
That's what I feel about every time I'm on this thing.
It's like, wait a minute, this came out of my brain.
Right?
Why?
Oh my god.
All right. There, it's a house with a red
On an
door.
old house. Yo, finish this lyric. Okay?
Oh boy.
Sim Simma. Who got the keys to my bimmer?
Emma. Got the keys to my mama. Fun.
You can just say you don't know the song. I don't know what you just said. Sim Simma. Who got the keys to my bimmer? Oh no, I'm out of time. See, I was over here making stupid songs.
I was trying to draw a house.
Oh wow! I like how we both reacted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's like artists do that all the time with like other artists' work. You ever notice?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you did the thing you do.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Spider-Man meme where they all point at each other like, oh
Yeah, that's what it is.
Do you like Spider-Man? You
I like how you asked that cautiously for some reason.
Do you like him? Do you like him? I don't know.
I mean, like, it's not that there's consequences if you don't.
Or maybe there is. Ooh.
I actually like I already saw Into the Spider-Verse and I love that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
it
gonna
was
say my
really
favorite.
well animated.
Yeah.
Everybody copied off of that.
Oh yeah, it's good. Whoa, I zoomed in too much and now I don't have. Oh my gosh.
What did you do?
Oh, it's bugging.
What is going on over there? Are you being attacked by Spider-Man?
No, it's like actually bugging and I can't. Oh my gosh. I messed up the page by accident.
Oh no. I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine, but it's just gonna okay, so how do I this is gonna be really weird because okay, how am I gonna fix this?
The question all artists ask themselves, how am I going to fix this?
Yeah, I'm so, you know what? I'm sorry in advance for what you're about to see, but basically my pen is not
use
it's
your
not
finger.
like going on the canvas.
Girl use their fingers. Hey yo, pause.
Well, no, actually it's like even with the finger, it's more like the page I zoomed in and cannot zoom out, and so now it's like
that's why I don't mess with that. See, this is why I just do regular things. I gotta rush.
I do regular things like regular people.
Yeah. Not you
Right.
going say
Yeah, basically. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah. All the noises you make while drawing in general.
Yeah, exactly. I make a lot of noises when I draw. I'm laughing at Fro and Coco because they caught what I just said. Oh man, wait, what? Oh, someone, awkward cat in chat said, "Bonjour, je m'appelle Haley." You not gonna say hi back to
Bonjour,
Haley?
Haley.
Oh, okay.
Salut, Haley.
I was about to say,
Salut, Ellie.
Haley, Haley.
Salut. Hey.
Oh yes.
Oui. Coucou.
I don't know any more words. Oh, I do know. Omelette du fromage. I know that from Dexter's Laboratory. He was trying to learn French and fell asleep, and the record stuck on that. And all he could say the next day was omelette du fromage. I do know how to order omelets in French because I went to Guadeloupe, and it's a French-speaking island, and someone taught me how to do it. And I felt so badass when I did it. I was like, "Je voudrais du omelette." I was like, I got that.
Well, I mean, like, next time you say, like, une omelette.
Une omelette. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do this animation.
Just Ab learns French.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That should be a series.
It should.
Let's see what happens. Oh, no. He evolved into his new form. See, he let go of his mortal coil, you see.
Oh, this is like philosophical.
Yeah, he's transcended time and space.
Where he once was, he now is not.
Yes, exactly. I love it. I actually like that a lot.
Oh my God.
Okay, here's what I did.
Ooh.
Very nice house. And there's someone coming out of the house because of that story.
Going in.
Or maybe they're going in the house. I don't know.
Why is that spooky? Also, like the passage of time from the
He'd been in there for a minute. Yeah, he was in there having a good time. He was taking everything. He took Nintendo Switches. He took some baguettes.
He looks like the kind of guy that went in there and like was like, "What chess piece can I like just slightly move to drive him crazy?"
he definitely went in there to like use their bathroom, like the nice one.
Yeah.
He didn't
He's
flush.
like,
he was just like, "All right, here you go.
Let it be.
Let it
Use
rip."
the dude wipes that were on the the mantle.
Okay, I got some more pictures because I told you I was digging. We're gonna do some more. I love this. Do you love this? I love this.
This is fun.
It's making you nervous a little bit because you don't know what's coming. Okay,
I mean, it's like I know I put it on the internet knowing it could come back.
Yeah, it's not like I really like went snooping and like found old.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all like this stuff is like, well, there's always the knowledge that whatever you put on the internet, you never know, you know.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Just dropped it.
Oh yeah, I remember the Jesus sign.
No miss.
Yeah, so that was at the Women's March. You can't see my friend's face, but we actually went to high school together. I look so young in there.
Yeah, you look a baby.
Yeah. I do look like an actual child in this picture. I'm not. Like, I'm like 23 or 4 or something. But yeah, I had made like a ton of signs. My friend made the Jesus sign. And there's a story behind that too. But like basically it was the Women's March and it's like I don't know, all my friends are trolls. Like I don't think a single one of them is not. So like it's like you know, she was like, I'm just gonna make a sign that says Jesus at the Women's March. And I was like, yeah, go for it. I'll totally enable that. And this lady saw it and got really offended and was like, yeah, you know, but like in the most passive aggressive white woman way,
Right.
and like the pussy hat, and it was just
I forgot about
oh
those. Oh man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What a
I
time
should
to
have
be
never
alive.
mentioned it to you. You could have forgotten and forever. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I'm one of those, and I didn't at the time. It was new, so I had like no like. I was like, why is she making me mad, uncomfortable? And now I get it. I was like, oh, you're your own genre of human, and it was like, yeah, you really shouldn't bring religion to this because it's not a religious place. And my friend, I mean, she's like Christian, yes, but that's not why she did this. But she was
Right.
like, well, I am Christian and I wanted to express myself. She was
Mhm.
like, yes, but there's a time and place for expressing religion. And
There's
so
a
then
time and
it's
place,
just
children.
like, yeah, and but then afterwards it was like a whole like conversation of just like us like we were defending the Jesus sign as if we were like these religious zealots, but the whole idea was that it didn't really matter. Like we didn't care about the sign at all. And then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, well, we do believe in Jesus. Don't be fair, you know. And she was like, yeah, but this is the women's march, and we were like, and Jesus is for women, you know. And it was just like
Jesus Christ had
unnecessary.
dread, so shake him.
Yeah, exactly. But you just like I don't know.
All right, I'm about to drop
Get rid of the pussy
one
hat. I don't think
more.
he's.
It's not going to be a pussy hat photo, I promise. I'm gonna drop one more
Thank
for
you.
now, and then we're gonna get back into animation. Trying to find like a nice one. I have a few. Okay, this one I gotta. Yeah. Okay, this one I'm gonna ask you some questions, man, because I like it, but also like I'm just very curious. Okay, here we go. I'm putting it on right now. It's on screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, were
You're
you in
right.
the
I keep having
Matrix?
that
Are you
reaction.
Neo?
Yeah. So that dress was custom made. So it's oof, where do I say? So that was actually supposed to be my graduation dress.
Oh.
Yeah, but we didn't walk, so I actually wound up walking from my room to the living room in pajamas and an IHOP mug.
Okay.
Yeah. Like my actual graduation photo is very different.
Yeah.
But that was before COVID, so that was before I knew anything was going to happen. But I had designed it. It was like this African guy. He sews. So this is still back home, and he works with this woman who will do like will explain the design and blah blah blah, and the materials and stuff like that. And so it was like the three of us working together to make this dress. And yeah, I had it made by him and everything, and we like tweaked it, did the measurements and all that kind of stuff, and came up with like the very specific like three like diamonds and everything are actually cut out. So I don't know, you can't really tell in the photo, but those are actually like cutouts in the dress.
Oh, I didn't realize that until you said it. I
Yeah.
thought it was buttons.
Yeah, no, those are actually cutouts. So it's like that way, like you can either put a shirt under it or not, but like you can't see anything. But if you put a shirt under it, like I got a bright blue shirt for it, because if you put something under it, it pops out. And you don't see it, but there's two diamonds on each wrist normally too.
Yo, you gotta wear this.
Yeah, I mean, I still have it. It's just like when the weather is right, and I kind of like, yeah, I kind of like have saved it for, occasions for when the weather's, good enough, because it's pretty thick fabric.
Oh, so it's more of like a fall winter type of.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like too warm, but it's like,
Yeah.
And yeah, it's got these ultra long sleeves because I was like, I'm not wearing something with short sleeves.
So check this out. All right. So when they get to that weather, you wear that, and then I'm gonna wear like a regular suit and shades, and I'm gonna walk up to you and be like, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah. do it. Can we do the weird like dodging things that they do?
Yeah, we
in the middle of the street.
Yeah, we could do that in the middle of right there. Yep, because in the middle of the street, they're gonna be like, well, They done got into
Another
the
day
crack.
another day in New York. Yeah. It's that time of day, which is all day.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's go back to the animation. That was great. I loved it. What's the name of the designer? What's his name?
I can't remember. I really can't remember.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
it's pretty. It was pretty local. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What was my instinct?
Okay.
I'm not zooming in anymore.
Yeah, don't zoom in no more. Leave that alone.
Just don't.
What am I do here?
Oh, I know. I know what I'm gonna do. But I'm not gonna say it. Surprise. Let's see if I can tell a mini story and get you to complete it. In this essay, you will.
Not you giving me an SAT question.
All right.
Chat sees what I'm doing. I think they're picking up what I'm putting down. I hope they think. I hope they are. Hope they are.
What am I
Make this a
in
little
for?
scraggly. Nothing too crazy. Just a little, continuity, some inspiration.
That's always when you should worry.
Yeah. It's gonna be scraggly.
A little
All right.
ruffle thing. Ah.
All right. So it's like, because I was always interested in your creation of Dana.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a really big reasoning why you created her specifically in that way.
Yeah.
Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, so I actually made Dana when I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really small in size. Like I actually looked like a 10-year-old. Like I'd stopped growing
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And I'm the big sister in the family. And I just needed an older sibling, basically. So I made one. It's like this typical I draw things type of
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then she kind of got just became took on a life of her own. Oh my gosh!
You see?
Yeah.
Continuity.
Okay.
So
For
she's
real.
your big sister. Got it. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
and
that
then
kind of vibe.
I put it on the internet in 2014, so years and years later. And then she kind of became other people's big sister too. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just keep sharing it if other people feel the same, need.
So
Yeah.
is her fan base a little bit more close knit in that respect then?
Yeah, I'd say he's definitely the one with the more specific fan base.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people in the beginning came from Tumblr, so
Oh wow.
yeah, that was because it was
The relic.
2014, so peak Tumblr moment.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I was able to leave Tumblr and she had her own website or whatever. And yeah, that was kind of interesting to see the evolution and stuff. I didn't really expect anyone to even read it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they did, I was just surprised, let's just say. And then it became this kind of community. So some people have been there actually since 2014, which is
That's
really wild to
amazing.
think of.
Have you met any of the fans when you go
Yeah,
out to
occasionally
fairs
I'll
and whatnot?
meet people. I mean, especially at events for just alternative events, especially there'll be people who are oh wait, I think I've seen your character before or something. So that's always a funny thing, or a lot of teenagers.
Yeah.
Usually young black girls or things like that.
Is
So
that
that's always
your
fun.
so what's your demographic? So that's your demographic for Dana. So what's your demographic for Dill? Like who do you usually
Um,
see?
well, Dill's, it's funny because it's like a lot of kids that are like, yeah, I relate to Dill, so there might be like younger kids, but then there's also like he seems to appeal
Dang,
to adults.
I ain't
Wow, that
finished.
went faster than I thought. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
I was like engrossed in that combo. Yeah, no, he seems to also appeal to adults
Mm-hmm.
in a nostalgic way.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a thing that I've heard several times where they're like, "This is nostalgic, but I don't know why."
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
good
know why
though.
either.
It's a good interesting. Were
Yeah,
these like
I just don't know why. I'm just like, oh,
were
I
these the
guess
people you
cool.
intended for, or is this something that you just it just happened and you stuck with it and then you started creating for them?
Well, no, Dill's like very much like the a lot of the stuff is driven by. It feels like it's driven by Dill, just because
Yeah.
the character's been around in my life for so long. It's like, oh, this story is like a story that I just like need to create because Dill.
Yeah.
Um, and then if it happens to resonate with a specific group of people, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Like most people had trouble in school or didn't fit in or something like that. So whether they're kids or not, I think that's like what they're relating to.
Okay.
You know,
Now,
they said it reminds me of like Diary of a Wimpy Kid kind of style.
I think that was after my time, but I'm aware of Diary, and I know Diary of a
Yeah.
Wimpy Kid is very popular.
Yeah, I'd never read it either because
Yeah,
I was like more Captain Underpants generation.
right. Now, when I was going through the IG perusing, I noticed that you had this Dana workout comic or routine.
Mhm.
Was that something that you've always wanted to do to be more interactive with your audience? And also, do you still keep up with that to this day?
Yeah, actually, so the Fitbout workouts are like pretty much most of these things are motivated by things like, yeah, I need to do this thing or I need this thing and
Yeah.
I don't have it, so I'm just gonna make it. But basically, I was like looking up workouts at that time on Pinterest, and I was just like, the figures that they draw are so boring. And I was like, I could just do this myself.
Yeah.
So I did. Um, and I kind of looked up different workouts and I tried them out and then I kind of tweaked them and whatnot just to make it like as beginner as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I was like, I'll use it for myself, but also I might as well share this. This I 100 didn't expect anyone to pay attention to.
So did
Um,
it grew traction? That's what you're
it
saying.
actually blew up on Facebook
Really?
because what happened was that people were sharing it in their fitness groups.
Right.
Because Facebook is like the place where people go for like, like moms will be
Fitness.
like they have like fitness groups and stuff like that. And so a lot of people were putting it in their like local groups and I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, "Oh, that's so random." And then it brought to my attention like, "Oh, like there just aren't really many or any I rarely at least see workouts like that have like people who are Dana's size."
Uh-huh.
um that are like showing people her size or anything like that, which can, I mean, it makes you not want to work out as much,
Right. That makes sense.
you
Yeah,
know.
I think that's what I was trying to get at with Dana specifically, because Dill is one particular character, but Dana has a very specific aesthetic. She's plus
Yeah.
size, she's dark skinned, and she has kinky hair. And
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting that you chose to do that over anything else. And I think that's a beautiful thing because we don't, I mean, even though we do have a lot of people in the indie space creating black characters and we do have more mainstream things happening, it's still few and far between sometimes because a lot of people just don't look for it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, well, what's interesting is that um like people's reaction, I guess, where they were like, "Oh my gosh, like some character that looks like me." Like a lot of the comments that I get, like that are real life comments, are like, "I have a friend that looks just like you," or "Oh my god, I look just like her," or something like that. Um, which is not something that I'd anticipated, because just in my mind I was like, well, yeah, a lot of people look like this. Like, it just didn't cross my mind that, you know, people would be surprised for some reason, because you don't really think about that, I guess, when you're doing your art, that people are going to care.
Right.
in any way whatsoever. So you're just like, if anyone does care, just cool. You know? And it happened to be one of those things. I was like, I feel like we've all seen someone like Dana.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of interesting to see like how much people are just not represented, but also how often you see them. Like in real life, it's like, I don't know, have we all seen Dana?
And was that something you initially were thinking about when creating it? Because you said you were young, so was it more of just
that
like,
was subconscious.
okay, that's very interesting.
I was subconscious, because the thing is that, like, she grew in size as I got older, and her character, like,
Oh, so
she kind
she
of
started
grew
out
with her
slimmer.
character. Yeah, because she was like the first drawing I drew of her, she was just like really slim, but she looked like really sad in the drawing. It's kind of funny. It's like the more, like, the happier she got, and the more she had like personality and had actual character behind her and a backstory and things like that, the bigger she got.
Okay.
And that was like, I don't know how I was doing that subconsciously, but it was like, all of the ways I create characters are pretty subconscious, but like I was like extremely subconscious, because this character was like, for me, only initially. And then it turned into this other thing, you know, and so she eventually like just grew into this bigger character, and now her personality is more formed, like that's pretty much like her size.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it, though, when you create something and it kind of just takes a life of its own, because you might have a plan for it, but then sometimes things just go a different way.
Exactly. And I don't really like forcing character traits for the sake of having character traits. I'm like, whatever the character says they're going to be is what they're going to be.
Yeah. All right, so let's show off this last little animation, and then we're going to do our little wrap up. I hope my thing came out good. I was trying, and like I had, anyway, whatever. Let's go.
Thought that counts.
Yeah. What did you do? Oh!
Yeah.
A banana peel.
I didn't completely finish.
Donkey Kong, why'd you do it, man? Okay.
Or like the hay just disappears.
And look, she's dancing though. She's like,
yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, because it's like, it didn't make it move, it just slipped.
Okay, here's mine. Let's see how that came out.
Gonna do?
I just exaggerated it a little bit more. Yeah.
He's so worried. Oh my god.
He's panicking.
Yeah, he's so.
He's Anakin panicking.
I love the eyeball that has like the dot in the middle for some reason. That's like a thing that's always funny.
I love that. I think Tom and Jerry used to do that, and Ed, Edd n Eddy always did that. Ed, Edd n Eddy was like, they stay doing that, and I always love that little
their
like motif.
Eyes were weird. Like their facial expressions would get weird. It was so entertaining.
Yeah, I think that was probably like the most expressive cartoon we had for our generation.
Yeah, that, and a lot of like that was like Cartoon Network. That was like the one Cartoon Network cartoon I can think of that was like really different. But Nickelodeon did a lot of like weird expressions too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to sound like an old curmudgeon, but I just feel like they definitely were pushing things outside of their norms back then, more so than now, in terms of art.
Oh
like,
yeah,
in terms
I
of,
agree.
I would say in terms of like stories and inclusion, it's a lot like better now. But as far as like the art style and animation and being pushed, we don't have that. I don't.
Well, they gave at least like Nick back in the day was the edgier.
Yeah.
And it's like they gave a chance to artists that otherwise wouldn't have had a chance. Like, and they took more risks with their ideas.
Exactly.
And now it's just very, very similar stuff.
Yeah. which you know can be good or bad depending on how you look at it. Because you know, even when we were growing up, certain cartoons did have similar styles because they all came from the similar or same place or same team.
Mm.
A lot of Gindi, Tarkovsky, Craig McCracken. They did multiple cartoons. You have Foster's and Powerpuff Girls, and then you had Samurai Jack and Dexter, Johnny Bravo. They were all made by the same people, so there were similarities, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like Cartoon Network stuck more, or has always like stuck more to like a very cohesive style.
Yeah. But these were all great. I can't wait to post them for everybody to see these. We're gonna switch back over to our cam, and give our final, thoughts, and you can promo some things that you're working on or you do want people to find out about. Yeah, no problem. We'll get that situated. And thank you to everybody that has come through tonight, whether you were lurking, whether you were watching on Twitch or YouTube. Thank you to everybody that's shared on Instagram and Twitter. And I think there was something on Facebook. I really do appreciate that. The art block is just something that is honestly like I've always wanted to do something along this line, but I didn't expect it to have such a nice and pleasant reception as it is now. So really, I appreciate y'all for like everything, for real, for real. How's the cam coming along?
Okay, cool. All
Okay, I
right.
see you. All right, it's
Yeah,
safe. It's
I
safe
was
to switch
forgetting
over
to
now.
I'm like, wait, I can't see you. Wait.
Yeah. Okay. Let me switch over, and then boom. I like your hoodie, sweater.
Oh yeah, this. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Rainbow.
Matter of fact, actually, this is a question that I wanted to ask you earlier, and I completely forgot about because I feel like I'm sitting really low, but my chair's all the way up. Anyway, I feel like you have a very eclectic fashion sense and your style, and I love that. Where do you get the inspiration for that, and like where do you get your clothes? Where you get your stuff? Tell us the secrets.
The secrets. So like usually, I mean, if I'm gonna get something at like a store, it's like this. It would be at Rainbow, but usually I thrift stuff or like a lot of it's accessories. Like if I don't make them, then I just like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just stuff that I like get online. But a lot of it's like, yeah, go to the kids' toys section or go to the kids section or things like that. And then like a lot of modifying things, sometimes thrifting, and then also I just say yes to like anything that anyone wants to give me.
Okay.
I'm like, you don't want it? Yeah, I'll take your trash.
Now I really love that big ass fur coat you had last year.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you was
the one I
styling with
found
that
on
one.
the
Yeah,
street.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't do it, but I love that you did it because it looked good on you.
Thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's like I found that, and it's just if you're like if you look out, enough, you'll see something, and especially like in on some of like really some of the nicer blocks and stuff, people will just be giving stuff away.
I'm mad you said the
perfectly
nicer
fine.
blocks. I know what you're saying. Gentrification.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? They
Yeah.
throw stuff away
They
because
really
they're
do.
not there. They're there temporarily.
Yeah.
The benefit is that it's like they're gonna throw their perfectly like new things. So I'm like, whatever. You're gonna be here for 6 months. At least I can take your stuff.
Are you gonna bring back your fashion posts? Because you used to do that a lot.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been like a lot more on TikTok. It's probably like I mean I guess I could like or I would. I just haven't been on Instagram a lot because
It sucks.
like yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And I got kind of tired of it, and also I was doing a lot of like live Instagrams, and the format on TikTok is way better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Instagram live you can't even really like get like gifts or anything. It's just
You can get paid on TikTok Live.
yeah. Yeah, you can. It's like, and also just the format in general is so much better, and it makes so much more sense the way it's like organized,
Mm-hmm.
like the more people, like they'll throw like hundreds of people in your life to see who stays first. But at least they're throwing in new people.
Yeah.
So, you know, if someone happens to like it, you know, even if it's like we were talking about earlier, even if you just have like 5 people sticking around, that's like 5 active people.
Mm-hmm.
Which is honestly more than enough a lot of the times. Like, I don't know how people do it when they get like thousands of people in like one live. I'm like, who are you talking to at this point?
Nobody. You're just talking to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, it's already weird enough as it is. But then when it's like lots and lots of people, it's like, whoa. So it's better, and usually there's always at least like somebody who's like in there to like say something. So I don't know, I found it more fun. So I've been putting more of that stuff on TikTok than Instagram.
Okay. Well, I have 2 more questions for you. We're running a little bit over, but I do want to get this opinion from you. Because I feel like out of all the people I know in my immediate artist circle, you're just as active on social media as me. Do you feel that social media really hinders an artist? Do you think that it changes the way that we create?
I think it depends on how you go about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I 100% think it depends on how you go about it, and also the person and your personality. Because some people, I think, just inherently, when I say they're not made for social media, I mean in the sense that they actually don't like it, but they feel like they need to do it anyway, and so they force themselves. And I don't think that if you I think if you don't like it, that you shouldn't force yourself. Like, to be honest, because I think that's when your creativity changes. But if you actually like engaging with people in the most immediate way possible, like anyone who's like into that, like, oh, I want that immediate like reaction, and I immediately want to see what people think, or like I really want to share this, like even if nobody notices, I don't care, even if one person sees it, I don't care. Then if you like actually enjoy that, I think that it's like it can actually make things better
Yeah.
if you're using it that way, because then you get to talk to people. Like, there's just recurring things now. When I started TikTok at first, I actually had that like sentiment of like, oh, this is gonna like, let's just try and see like how dumb this app is, because I know that it's gonna like ruin everyone. And then I tried it and I was like, oh, there's a whole bunch of artists on here that everybody's talking to each other, and then you kind of build like an audience on a different platform. And then people start coming in with their own ideas. Like, there's this one person that'll come into my lives and always have a dill pun.
Really?
Like, every single time. It's
Okay.
like, deal with it. Like, it's a new dill pun.
I'm dead. Don't deal with it.
Yeah. And I'm just like, wait, what? And people will come up with like ideas that you never would have thought of.
Yeah.
Like, can you do this? And it's like, actually, yeah. I would normally say no, but that's actually a pretty solid idea.
Yeah, TikTok, I will say TikTok out of all the platforms, as of right now, is one of my favorites because of that aspect, especially as an
Yeah,
artist, because you have so many people coming in, whether it's on a live or in a video. I've had moments where like that video I made about Tim Burton, that little silly stupid thing. It was like 5 seconds, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And then we started talking
yeah,
about like orcs in fantasy, and I'm just like, "This is dope!" Like we're bouncing
yeah.
ideas off each other. We're like encouraging each other, helping each other. Like as that's what all of this should have been from the start, and how it should have
Exactly.
stayed. And it's sad that Instagram fell apart in that way.
Yeah, Instagram was actually really good in the beginning. Like, I remember when it was in chronological order, it was fine.
Hmm.
They really messed with that, and that's when I noticed it going downhill for artists. Was like they switched it up and they were like, oh, we've got this new algorithm and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine for people who just like only post photos of themselves at the beach. But then for like the people who you want actually on there that are entertaining people, that's not going to go over very well,
Right.
because they'll see them less. And so then, yeah, Instagram, it's like, it's true. It's very dependent on the platform. Personally, me, I actually like platforms that make you create something show what you created. So like that's like TikTok because you have to edit the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's YouTube because that's even more of a process of like editing videos and like actually making a narrative and all that kind of stuff. I like it when it forces you to create something new that you normally wouldn't, or at least like hone a different skill or something. You know, I'm not a fan of like if it's just mindless. Like Instagram, when people were into like captions and stuff, was kind of interesting because you were like, okay, like how can I like write some caption that's like maybe something somebody wouldn't expect, or like write a story or something interesting, you know. And then there are people coming in from like Tumblr who are like very used to like text format or image boards and text format and stuff like that. But now nobody wants to read like a wall of text.
Yeah. It's all about
So
video.
it's not really fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so it's like the video editing on Instagram Reels is, and it's like, do you really want to download a video editor for Instagram?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's just too much work. I liked it back when you just posted something, because like anybody can go back a few years and see how different things were. Like it was just you just posted something and people saw it and then you having a good time. But Dr. Calyn, who may or may not be a doctor in real life or plays one on TV, are you working on anything right now that you can, divulge for the people?
Yeah, so Dana's subscription service just came out. So you can actually join the Patreon, and on the Patreon, you can get digital goodies every week. So that's like wallpaper, digital reaction stickers. So like right now, what's already up there, she has like a purple and green, reaction sass stickers with her when you just need to show sass. So there's things that the people who sign up first will actually get, which is a free sticker in the mail. Like you'll get actually one of these.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I like that idea. That's a beautiful idea.
So it's I mean, I find that like Patreon's like one of the best like ways to use like as a subscription model for artists.
Yeah.
So I went with that for Dana. Yeah, it's a bunch of goodies and things like that. So I just launched that one, and I'll be adding some new things this week too. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. And then there's also, I'm back on YouTube. So I'm doing like new vlogs. There should be one out this week as well. Okay. And then there's like any conventions that are coming up. I like to like post on TikTok, etc. that I'll be there or wherever.
Yeah. So. Nice. Well, Dr. Calyn, it has been a absolute pleasure drawing with you tonight on Gothic Phone. I don't know why I'm putting on this accent.
Yes.
Let's speak British for the rest of this segment. Yes, of course. I humbly and honestly thank you for joining us and telling the people of these wondrous and wild stories of yours of burglars running through your house, parkouring and stealing forks and leaving. It's fascinating. Where can the people find you across the internet?
So right now, like I said,
where's your British accent? Come on, fam.
Pardon me. I lost it when I came to America thousands of years ago on that pilgrim boat. I was like, so I've been pretty active on TikTok. So that's at Dr. Calyn, and that's pretty much all of my socials. So at Dr. Calyn, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and then dillcomics.com, DILO comics.com is where you can find all Dill Comics, or drcalyn.com if you want the shortcut to all of my comics.
Awesome. And thank you to Coco for posting the links in the chat. So you guys can click on those links and follow her across social media and just spam her stuff with love and emojis and subscribe to her Patreon so you can get Dana stickers and everything. But Doctor, thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
And I hope you have an amazing rest of your night. And thank you to everyone else that came through. That is the end of this episode. Doctor, peace out. and we'll see
Yes.
you around.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
And now for everyone else, I just want to thank y'all again. I know I keep saying thank you all the time, but I really do appreciate it, honestly. You guys have been showing up and showing out for the art block, and that's been really great. And there is more coming on the 14th, Wednesday the 14th. We're going to have another amazing guest, Jametta Rose, California's own Jametta Rose will be here. Let me actually put this up right now so you can see for yourself. She's amazing and you're going to love her. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I should have had that prepared. I'm professional, I promise. I'm a professional man. That should be a movie. The Professional Man. Starring Habbo. As we get this flyer that should have been connected already. Here we go. Hold on. I got it. Okay. It's a little big. I'm going to size it down. So yeah. Wednesday, September 14th, 8 p.m. Eastern time here on Twitch and YouTube. Jametta Rose will be joining us. We're going to talk about music, life in LA, and all kinds of amazing other things that are going on over there across the country. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Once again, here is also the schedule for the week. So tomorrow, make sure you set your reminders for your YouTube video. I was trying to say YouTube notifications. Set your notifications for your new videos or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say because I'm a little tired now. But there's going to be a new video up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And then on Thursday, another live stream. We're going to be live drawing and working on some Moniqua pages for the comic. Yes, the comic that is available for pre-order coming out on September 28th. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing, but you're gonna love it unless you don't like spoilers, because there might be a spoiler or two, but I won't do any text. I'll just do most of the art. But yeah, come on through, come on back. It's gonna be a good time. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing Tuesday. I almost said Wednesday. I hope you all have an amazing Tuesday. Say good night to BB over there, right here. The Hobgoblin King, our mascot. But until next time, until Thursday, stay rad, stay dope, stay gold, and we out.